Happy Saturday, everybody. We have so much to roast, so much to react to. So grab a beverage. Hopefully you're wearing something very comfy. Smash that like on your way in, and let's get this party started.
If you like what you see, come and get it with me. I know you deserve all you want, 'cause your heart's made of gold, but don't wait till you're old. If you want it, I get you some.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Stand-up comedian, pop culture vulture, dopamine queen, Judge Joleen, narc slayer, grift reaper, Joleen Lunzer here for No Offense, All Offense / Judge Joleen. The dishonorable Judge Joleen is here. Court is now officially in session. You guys, it is Saturday night. Hopefully you're having a wonderful weekend wherever you are in the world. We have some things we need to talk about. We need to roast. We need to react to. The girls have gone crazy. So much is going on in what someone in my last live just called the Turtleverse. I think I'm loving it. I think it is. I called it the free Karen Reed, free Turtle Boy, but I think it's become the Turtleverse, you guys. So happy Saturday night. Smash that like, you guys. Remember, everything I say is true, except for the parts that are false. Everything is alleged and for entertainment purposes only.
Allegedly.
Also, remember, everything I say today is true, except for the parts that are false. Everything is alleged and for entertainment purposes only. And you're welcome to have, I think I already said that. We're saying things twice now. Remember, this is what I want to say. Remember, I'm very opinionated, but that doesn't mean you have to have the same opinion. You're welcome to sound off in the live chat or the comment section, and we can respectfully agree to disagree.
That's my opinion!
Starting off strong, you guys. It's been a minute since we visited the Turtleverse. We've been in full Big Brother mode, but I know I can't leave you guys hanging, and there's still so much stuff happening. People are losing their minds, so we have to come back and make some rulings, do some roasting, get our laugh on. You guys, if you want to support the channel further than liking or subscribing, you know the drill. You can send a super chat while we're live here on YouTube. I'll highlight your comment and read it aloud for everyone. You can also join the membership. Let me drop a link to the YouTube membership, you guys. You can join the membership. You can gift memberships. Our members are growing every day. I appreciate it. You guys keep me going to the casino, okay? Because I'm going to the casino, allegedly. I'm not, but maybe I am. Maybe I made a new friend. Maybe she lives in Somerset, Massachusetts. Maybe we're going to the casino together. Maybe I'm saving my money in case they ask me to go to the casino with them. Okay, so here is the link to the membership. We also have JOJO chats. I pinned that in the video, in the live chat. I pinned JOJO chats, which is basically my Venmo, PayPal, Cash App. Leave any amount if you're enjoying the comedy, any tip amount and any comment, and I will read it. You can also say, don't read this, all right? Or you can join my Patreon. I also have a Patreon. You don't have to do any of that. If you're like, no, I don't want to do any of that, you don't have to do any of that. Gigi coming in. Thank you so much, Gigi coming in. Hi, Producer Prince. Producer Prince was up here, and he's like, you're taking up the desk, okay? You and your big forearms are taking up the desk. It's my desk. Gigi, thank you so much for gifting 5 memberships to the channel. You guys put your hearts in the chat for Gigi. And if you're a member already or a new member because of Gigi, drop your gay summers. Drop your gay summers. Oh, we got the Rat House. We got the chat rats here. Thank you for rating. Thank you, Slow Smoker Danny. Thank you, Mary B. Thank you, Dean. Thank you, everybody. Oh, you guys, what in the world has been going? Okay, let me send these. I have pictures, things I need to send to myself over here. What has been going on? People are losing their minds out there in the Turtleverse. The turtle versus turtling. All right, they're turtle heading. Oh, that's Big Brother. Now I might accidentally share Big Brother things with you guys. And that's starting to get some drama for your mama too. All right, so let's see. We'll call it the Bunions, you guys. This live is the Bunion apocalypse because the Bunions are getting very upset with each other. There are divides. There's divides in Bunion world, you guys. The Jessica Machado Bunions are not happy with each other. The Moons over my hammy is going after the 7-Elevens. And we have to decide whose team we're on. We have to decide if we're team nobody, if we're team hammy, because Moons is in a mental ward, they said, I think. I don't know. God bless. I hope Moons is okay. But they made it out like, Moons, 7-Eleven, and hammy. At one point, I feel like when I last left you, 3 or 4 of them I sent to the funny farm. They were like, Joleen cyberbullied us off the internet. And I was like, what? Oh my God, that's crazy. And then they were just back. They're just back, except for Moons. She's still in witness protection, or she's still hiding or something. So I don't know. I think they got together and they were like, here's the plan. Okay. We're going to say, here's how we're going to shut up the comedian from roasting us. We're going to say she cyberbullied us to the edge of extinction, which also happens to be a great season of Survivor. And then I don't think they thought that one through. So then they had, oh my God, last time we were live, I think that's when they had Drunken Saw Breasty. She was filling in for Moonsy. It's been just a mess, you guys. I was like, what is going on? But it wouldn't be my first. It's not my first rodeo with people I was roasting being like, I have to go. I gotta go. Even though I've spent my whole career on YouTube harassing people and cyberbullying them. Now that this comedian is roasting me, now I gotta go. Now I gotta go to the hospital. It seems to be a very common theme for Lolcows, for toxic YouTubers, for bad faith actors. They, when any pushback on them or any kind of roasting or any kind of exposure, they're like, ow! And then they just throw out all of their ailments. They're like, my appendix, my butthole, my colonoscopy, my vagina's broken. And then it's your fault. And now you can't judge them. Okay. My hamster died. My guinea pigs got in a car wreck because they're drunk. Now they have to go to rehab. And that's why I'm acting this way, even though they've been screaming on the internet for, years. So somehow they have all of the ailments. Now they all care about mental health. It's crazy. YouTuber, thanks for the 2. Says happy to see you. Happy to see you as well. Meatball Morrissey, Sketty Stain says, don't read this. Too late. Cybertrick Boston, thanks for the $4.99. You little cyberbully yourself, says team. Hashtag Mary B. J7 is vile. I've missed you. Oh my God. Who's J7? Is that 7-Eleven? 7-Eleven. US Lily, thanks for the 189, says hashtag free Mary B snatch. Free. Apparently Mary B is just making that money, honey. 7-Eleven is now putting crimes on all of us. We need like a public service announcement. Okay, you guys, this is very serious. I wish I had the right sound effect. Okay, maybe this one. All right. You guys, 7-Eleven, it's the person boy moms warn you about. You ever meet a boy mom who's like, I'm scared because, I got all these boys and I don't want some like cuckoo bananas gal to just accuse him of stuff he didn't do and ruin his life. And I was always like, yeah, right. It doesn't exist. Shut up. Hashtag annoying. But no, I've met my first, villain, the boy mom villain, the boy mom, under the bed, spooky monster. Okay. That the boy moms have been speaking about. And it's 7-Eleven. Because apparently this chick, I don't know what happened. I mean, she's just like, and you get a crime, and this person did this to me. It's crazy. And now she's like talking about Mary B's baby door, and if people will pay Mary B to go in Mary B's baby door. And God bless Mary B. Mary B's beautiful. And if you make that shmoney, honey, okay, because you know that 7-Eleven, she was saying that she has to pay for it, which that's not. I don't know if that's not how it's supposed to go. Usually the boy pay. I mean, again, yay feminism, you know, but I think the boy pays the boy pays for the baby door. I don't, unless you're on a bachelorette party and you're going to like Magic Mike, you know, and then it's like, haha, funny. But you're not supposed to pay. The girls don't pay for the schmexies. Okay, the boys pay for the schmexies. I don't know. Call me old fashioned, but that's how I was raised. Okay, you don't pay for dick. Who pays for dick? Apparently 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven pays for dick. And even then, it doesn't show up. Okay, and she's putting it in, you know, like it's a Uber Eats. She didn't get her third order of the night. She's like, come on, you didn't send the whole thing. And they were like, oh, we just sent a get well soon card. We sent a mirror. We sent a brush. We sent a diffuser. Okay. We sent a walking pad. We're not sending the dick. The dick's we're sorry. We couldn't get any dick. I know you said any amount, but all the shticks, aka the dicks, were like, no, we couldn't get anyone to do the job, you know? And that happens. And that's why she was trying to get the Danish dick, okay? Because it's Saturday night. Buckle up. We're all adults here. But let's be honest. Let's just call it how it is here. We got a woman screaming in her dirty home, calling people see you next Tuesday's prostitutes, yelling at mothers who have lost their children to the disease of addiction, telling people just crazy stuff, who is really just sad. You know, it's a sad, like, here, let me show you. You guys are probably, somebody might be like, what are you talking about? But here, let me see. I think I have some pictures here of 7-Eleven somewhere of her. Oh, this one. This is a good one. This is her in her natural habitat. This all started once upon a time. What's the date? It hasn't even been a month. Once upon a time, or like my little nephew used to say, one upon a time. And thank you, Mississippi girl, for the $9.99. So happy you'll be roasting the we got to roast Lolcows. I mean, they're Lolcows. This is like the purpose of the Lolcow is to get roasted. Okay, but my little nephew used to say, one upon a time, when he was a little baby, and he'd tell us the story. And we'd be like, tell us another story. So one upon a time, I think it was June 15th, 2026. I went live for the first time about this crazy community. And it seemed to be the newest drama, the newest, biggest thing that was happening was this woman here. Okay. This beautiful woman here was mad. And she was putting crimes on the Danish. Okay. I didn't even think, the Danish could commit crimes. Like, what? I was like, what? The Danish? I love Danish. They're delicious. Anywho. And she was allegedly having an overseas intercontinental fingering relationship with a gentleman called The Broken Boner, who is a content creator extraordinaire on YouTube. She became a fan. She started making it rain. She was paying for some Dano. She was like, give it to me. Yeah, give it to me raw. The only problem was the Danish man, okay, he didn't see this picture. I don't think, if the Danish man is here, maybe he could answer. I don't think, did he see this picture? I don't think she sent him this picture either. Okay. Maybe someone can answer for that. Again, everything I say is true except for the parts that are false. Okay. The picture she sent, which has been sent to me, and I verified it by some very serious journalistic sources of mine, okay, have sent me this picture and said, here's how it all started, Joleen, is the Danish man, God bless, he thought he was schmexting. So they were schmexting. They were like, hey, what do you want to do? Whips and chains, handcuffs, smack a booty up with my belt, scream help. They were just like really getting into the schmexting. Because before then, I don't think she had been on camera. She sent him this picture. Okay, allegedly. And then also the picture she uses, I believe, on YouTube for her avatar. So he was like, oh, hey, girl. Okay. I mean, it's okay. So it was something like this. It was something along the lines of this one. So Then time goes on and they're doing more like fantasies, like sweet, sweet fantasy, baby. Mariah Carey's playing. She's doing intercontinental fingering. He's got, he's telling her, okay, we're in a dom situation, I guess. I don't know. You do what I say, schmexually, okay? And you don't date anyone else but me, and we just do a phone schmeksh. And she kept saying her camera's broke. He was like, can I see you? And she's like, I can't. My phone's broke. Okay. What do you want from me? And then she would scream and he'd be like, okay, I can get over the voice because maybe here I can kind of see there's an even better picture too. This one, but you know what I mean? There's just a big difference, right? So he's like, all right. Let's do this, So they're just like, oh, he's like, show me your whatever. And then she just keeps sending him pictures. He's like, when do I get to see you on camera? She's like, tell me what to do with my fingers, And it got to the point then where slowly but surely she was allegedly calling him constantly. Like he couldn't even like enjoy Danish land. All right. Which is a wonderful place where apparently nobody shows their feelings on their face, but there's flowers and actual Danish they can eat and blonde people or something. I don't know. I've never been there. And so he's walking around Danish land just thinking, oh, I got myself a little blondie, not beastly. I kind of like this. And then she accidentally has a cam slip or something. All right. And she falls into the FaceTime and he was like, oh, what the fuck? Allegedly. Again, this is what I heard. And it was like an episode of Catfish. Remember that show on MTV? And he tried to call Nev and Nev was like, I think I'm retired. Or I think I have enough money. I'm so sorry you couldn't figure out the internet at 40 plus years old. But oh well, it happens. People get catfished. So she was like, you don't like me. He was like, you know what? It's getting a little weird. This isn't my favorite. I think you're beautiful. Obviously, she's gorgeous. I mean, you can't say anything mean about 7-Eleven. She's a beautiful woman. She's gorgeous. She's strong. She's very, like, I'm talking strong. She's very strong. Like, she could lift your house. And that, to the Danish, apparently, is part of their beauty. You can't judge them. That would be like xenophobic or racist xenophobic or xenophobic racist. All right. I understand. I have a strong neck. I'm built a little like a farm girl myself, So when I'm in the Midwest, obviously men are like, can you hoe? I'm like, not only can I hoe, I'm a hoe. You know what I mean? And so they love me. And so that's what the Danish like, but the Scandinavians, but lo and behold, the Midwest, Minnesota, where I'm from, a lot of Scandinavians. And most of the men I dated before I met my husband wanted me to lift them. And I did. I squatted my husband. I mean, that's beauty. There are different beauty standards in different parts of the world. Okay. So the Danish, they like two things, Danal and strength. All right. So she was like, what? I'm so strong. He was like, but there's a point where it's a little too strong. Do you know what I mean? So as beautiful as I think she is, because I think she's gorgeous. I think she's stunning. She's stunning. She's brave, and she's stunning. She's like, I got a whistle in between my tits. And it was going to be a beautiful love affair until the camera turned on. And, I don't know if you know this, but in Danish land, they have this new, they get like iPhones before us because they're like closer to the equator or something. So the broken boner had like a brand new iPhone, like one Americans we haven't seen yet because of tariffs or something. I don't know. Don't ask me the specifics about that, where you can smell as well. You can see through the iPhone, but you can also smell. So he just had this like cloud of like Coors Light and desperation and cat piss and dog doo-doo and cigarette smoke just went through, and he got a whiff of that, and he was like, and gingivitis. I don't know if you've ever smelled gingivitis, but it is. Whoa, it's knock you out. You know what I mean? With one shot for the rest of the night. And he was like, I got to get out of this. So he told her, this isn't going to work. I know you can lift me. I know you can lift the house. I know you allegedly ate one of your cats. All of these things I think are amazing and beautiful qualities. Okay. Objection. You're doing too much. Okay. Overruled because it's me. Thank you so much. Judge Joleen, take a seat. He's like, I don't think we should do this anymore. And she was like, no means yes. And then she just kept messaging him and calling him every day. She wrote him like actual pen to paper letters, found his address allegedly, wrote him letters. Now, her writing, I think the broken boner can confirm this if he wants to talk about it, but he said she writes like this, you know? Like she was like, I write like a hand job, you know? So she wrote, I love you. And then she would fold it, you know, into a croissant or Danish, and she would send it to him. So he was getting inundated with letters. And then all of a sudden she was like, you don't like my letters? I'm going to send you dildos. So then she sent him dildos and a fleshlight. Okay. And he was like, thank you. She sent him a hat that said like shady, you know, like you, when I stand next to you. She creates like a wonderful shade, which is great because the broken boner he's like me, vampire-like glow. Okay. Cannot get tan, very sensitive skin. So it was like an umbrella, you know, that she cast over him to protect him from the dangerous UV rays, which will age you.
Let's get back to Brad Pitt.
Anywho, so, oh God. So, you know, he's like, okay, thank you. Thank you for the hat. I wore it. You know, thank you for the intercontinental fingering. You did it. That was great. Thank you for the pictures of who I thought you were, who you're clearly not, because that was like 20 or 30 years ago or something. But I think we got to move on. Okay. He was very afraid. So when she sent him some gifts, she allegedly said, these are also, you have to open them online because these are allegedly from Emily C too. And everyone knows Emily C is like adorable and sweet and everyone loves Emily C. Okay. So if it's from Emily C, you're probably getting like a coloring book and vitamins, you know, but oh no, it was a fleshlight and butt plugs and a knife. And she sent him a bat. This is just what I heard. Okay. This is allegedly for comedy purposes. Okay. And she carved in the bat, die, bitch. It was a wooden bat. And now the broken boner was like, okay, I'll open some of them online. Because she's like, open them now. And he was afraid. So he did, you know. And then things just got weirder and weirder. She just all day calling. And he thought she sold insurance. So he thought surely she's going to be busy. You know, you got to sell it. You can't just stalk me all day. You sell insurance, allegedly, obviously. But it didn't stop. So the calls were just all day, nonstop. Ring, 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 ring. He'd be like, hello, it is me, Broken Baker. And she'd be like, what are you doing? Look at my titties. And then she would like put the camera down her shirt and in her baby door. And one time she got a phone stuck up there. It's a whole thing. I don't want to get into it, but oh boy. So, that's when he's like, okay, I got to change my number. He moved. If you guys noticed, the broken boner moved. He didn't want to move. He loved his house. He had to come up with this story like, I'm moving closer to my family. I have grandkids, which he does. God bless. But what you guys don't know is, and this is why they call me the journalist, the true journalist of the Turtleverse. It's not Turtle Boy. He doesn't do this kind of investigation. It's not Jessica Machado. It's Joleen Lunzer. You know, I do. I go deep, so deep. Put her ass to sleep. Like I go deep. Okay. And his whole family had to move. Not only did his children have to move across Danish land with him, they had to change their names. They had to dye the baby's hair, the newborns, okay? Because he's got good genes. The baby's full head of hair. Gorgeous, 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 like thick hair. Not, you know, no ramen noodles there. So they move, change their frickin' name, everything, but he stays on YouTube. But he's like, at least my family's protected. She finds his address. Allegedly she finds his address. She sends him double penetrating butt plugs. He doesn't know what to do. So he contacts, you know, the police, and the police in Danish land, they're just like, go pick a flower. Okay. We don't have crime here. Allegedly. We have cream filling. We don't do crime. We do cream filling. You know, what's wrong with you? So he feels stupid. So he tells some of his American friends, like the expert, you know, he's going to be going to America. He's worried. An expert's like, hey, buddy, come on, buddy guy. Hey, guy, I'm the expert, man. How's the expert? Oh, I wish I had my better glass experts like, come on, buddy guy. What's up? What's up, buddy? Damn, guy, you come stay at my house, buddy guy. We got super locks. We also got those poles we put, you know, so if someone gets in our screen door, they hit the pole. Okay, buddy guy, we got extra locks. Come on over to Tennessee. They're playing your song. Okay, hey, buddy guy, come on over. Let's go. So some of the people in the community start hearing about this because, you know, 7-Eleven, she's upset. And the broken boner blocks her from his chat because he's like, I can't. He said, I can't do this. I moved my family. I changed my name. I changed the kids' names. I dyed the newborn's hair. And she's still sending now triple penetration. Where's the third part penetrate? You know, how many holes does she have? How many holes does anyone have? We don't know. Okay. Anatomy is hard, but she wouldn't stop. So he's at Dollywood enjoying Dolly Parton's large tots and talent and roller coasters, right? People are starting to block her because she's coming in going, where's Baker? And we're like, oh my God, she came in night chat. I didn't even know who she was. I'd never heard of this woman in my life. I was like, I accidentally dropped the link and I was like, and I deleted the stream. I still have nightmares about it. Sometimes I just sit alone in the dark holding all of the butter knives thinking, is she here? Is she here? So she just came everywhere and she was like, where's the broken boner? And she was screaming. She was trying to eat. Like she was trying to, ever since they closed down Spirit Airlines, she couldn't afford a flight overseas. And I don't even know if Spirit goes overseas, but she was like, I'm going to get there. So she was trying to like eat through her computer camera. It was a whole thing. She would just go live like, and it was very, very strange, right? So people start blocking her. They're like, oh my God, something is wrong with this one. But one person did not block her, okay? In all the world, there was one woman and one woman alone who did not block her, who said, come on over, baby. Because just like 7-Eleven did over here, she will make it rain on you, okay? She pulls from all her welfare accounts. She pulls from everything, okay? She sells whatever she has to, you know, to get shmoney. She has 9,000 Discover cards that are now maxed out. So she can just go, here's $100. And there is a very talented YouTuber, investigative journalist named Jessica Whole Milk Farchado, okay, aka Macchiato. And she is a very talented YouTuber. And at the time, I mean, she was getting close to 12,000 subscribers, which was like, oh my God, huge. I mean, everyone was talking about her. Everyone. Oh my God. Mr. Beast like went live. He barely goes live. And he went live. He was like, has anyone heard of this Farchado? She drives around in her car without her camera on. Every morning, she orders a whole milk, pistachio, white chocolate latte. Okay, she flirts with a guy named Derek, who's her son's age. She shits her pants in her car, doesn't even acknowledge it. She just wrecks. She wrecks her granny panties, right? And then she talks about Democrats' pools. Everyone's a libtard, and she screams. She almost ran over a dog, or she did run over a dog, or she ate the dog. We don't know because her camera's not on. We know what we hear. She's just like, Arr! And then you'll just hear her be like, I didn't see that guy there. And you're like, a human? And, but so talented. Okay. And she's like, let's go look at this Democrat's pool. Let's take a look. All right. And she has a wonderful group of fans, she calls them. They're her bunnies, aka her bunions. And they love her. There's a lady named Prison Misty. There's, Drunken Saw Breasty. Just fabulous women. So, just the creme of the crop, just the best around. Nothing's ever gonna get them down except for if they fall and pop an implant. But other than that, they will survive on Percocets and delusion. Anywho, so she's got these people and she's screaming and she's driving and she's like, I'm the best there ever was. And they're like, you are, you go girl, bunions for life, you know. And 7-Eleven is in there and 7-Eleven says, I've been done wrong. There's a Danish man who won't do Dano with me anymore on the internet. And I want him to pay. So freaking Fartchato, she's already been hating on the Danish guy because the Danish guy's in the Turtleverse, okay? And there's a hierarchy, and she has a little chart, her social shaming chart or something. And the turtle dove is like up there. They're like, turtle dove, you know, we want him to tell us to die in a hole. They love him. He can do no wrong. They want to swim in his she has an above ground swimming pool. Fartchato, but turtle dove, he has an in-ground swimming pool. It's like, what? So you didn't hear this from me, but the rumor was she lives in the area, okay? She lives kind of near Turtle Dove, right? They've met a couple times. She gave up her seat at the Karen Reed verdict, and she's been trying to get in. You know, she wanted an invite. She wanted to wear her bikini. She always talks about her bikini. She wanted to wear her bikini to Turtle Dove's pool. So there's like Turtle Dove. That's their daddy. And then down the line, all right, is everyone else. Well, Fartchato had already put the broken boner down in the earlier round, and Sugar, we're going down swinging. Like she put him in hell. And this was like months before, right? And all of the bunions were like, don't know, we love him. We like the broken boner. What are you doing? And she was like, I don't know, guys. I don't know. I don't like him. Because Turtle Dove really liked him. And the goal, allegedly, of Fartchato was to be Turtle Dove's number one. And then ultimately, Turtle Dove, like get rid of him, okay? And then become Turtle Dove with a vagina. She was the vaginal Turtle Dove. Bruh. Allegedly, okay? So she's like, first then I'll become him. Then I'll get rid of him. No, wait. First I'll become him. Then I'll get rid of him. That's what the streets are saying. Okay. So she starts putting feelers out, you know, Fartchato. She's smart. In an unsmart way, but she's smart, okay? Like, do you guys like him? Do you like the broken boner? And they're like, we do. And she's like, God damn it, I gotta get rid of him. You know, there's just too many people close to him. And so she then in comes 7-Eleven. Okay. And 7-Eleven was one of her highest donors on her channel. Okay. 7-Eleven would come in the chat, and the other bunions were like, the other bunions were not fans. You know, they just weren't fans. And they tried, and they told that behind the scenes, I had a lot of bunions allegedly reach out to me who were like, we knew she was trouble. We warned Fartchato. We love Fartchato. We see the gift that Fartchato has for screaming at migrants. We see the gift she has for reckless driving and, you know, never following through with anything. And we love that. We love it. We love the family exploitation. We love the approachables. Because Fartchato has like the best, like, she's got this great relationship, right, with her husband. And she calls him when she's live and he's working or something or at the casino. And she goes, hello, hi, Jeffies, you approachables? Are you approachables? And she's like, what the fuck you calling me? And she's like, I just say approachables. Do you think you could possibly pick up the dog poop in the yard? It's as high as the fence. I'm busy. I want to enjoy my summer, bitch. Okay, not approachables. Not approachables. And then she'll hang up. All right. So she is, you know, as much as, you know, she's struggling in that sense, she's happy to be able to just go on the internet, hit go live, and just talk shit. She doesn't have to prepare. She doesn't have to keep her promises. She doesn't have to allegedly even give donations to a charity she said she was raising money for. So this is like the life. She doesn't have to turn her camera. She doesn't have to brush her teeth. Once upon a time, in her defense, though, in Farchado, she's a fantastic YouTuber. Beautiful, all the good stuff, right? She did have a studio with a very beautiful woman named Erin, who tried to keep her, on, but like, come on, let's be professional. And then Farchado didn't like that. She was like, you're not approachable. And then they broke up and no one could ever talk about it. And Erin disappeared into my inbox and was never seen again. Okay. And justice for Erin and her Mercedes and her beautiful blonde hair and her logical mind and her long legs and money and no desperation and large brain. Anywho, I digress, but Erin, she's pretty great. So that led Farchado to, she's like, she was holding me back. Okay. I just want to drive in my car. I want to yell at Haitians. I don't want to go, hey, Derek, what are you doing, Derek? Was that you, Derek? Oh, it was me. You want to smell my fart? And then she would waft it at this Derek at the Society coffee shop. And Derek was like, I need an adult. So, Farchado she was enjoying herself. She was enjoying, this is how she's making her money. She was getting online being like, you guys are all fucking losers. I make $10,000 a month. I got a pool. I'm paying for my daughter's wedding. Okay. I'm the smartest, bestest, prettiest bestie in the world. Give me your money. Give me your money.
Huh?
And her hardcore fans, the Bunions, were like, okay, here's the monies. She was like, I make all the monies. And then, one live, she just spent the whole live in her Jeep shitting herself. And the Bunions loved it. She did mute part of the time. Okay. But they just sat there the whole time and they're like, we love this. This is great. She's so talented. She's so great. No one else is doing this. All right. She's a trendsetter. So, like I said, they didn't love when 7-Eleven. They were already loving what macchiato whole milk Farchado was doing, So when 7-Eleven came along, they tolerated her because Farchado said, we're keeping her. So allegedly, an inside source has told me that when Farchado came on the scene, she offered everybody Coors Light, half-smoked cigarette butts, all right, and the chance to do intercontinental, fingering with her. And the Bunions are classy ladies. Even Prison Misty was like, no, I'm not scissoring that. Prison Misty has really high standards, actually. I saw some of her girlfriends. Gorge, okay? So they were like, fine. For you, Farchado, we'll put up with her. So all of a sudden, 7-Eleven, more than ever, was going in Farchado's live, dropping money, just maxing out a new Discover card, possible identity theft. We don't know. Entertainment purposes, satire. And just starting accounts and just dropping, making it rain. May have given her $5,000 at one point, but a lot, okay? Because she came over here and she made it rain on me because she was a big fan and she messaged me on, what day was that? What day did she message me? Which I was so flattered. I was so flattered and terrified when she messaged me on Twitter because, like I said, she just showed up and I was like, who is this person? And obviously I don't follow her. She followed me. So it went into my requests and I was like, oh God, I don't know. So she messages me on June 18th. All right. My first live was June 15th. Huge fan. She just loved me. I mean, oh my God, this one. I mean, 7-Eleven was like, hey, Jolene, this is Jess Walsh, your new biggest fan. And I was like, okay, and she said, my producer, Kane, Candy Cane, sad dad, is making me not be a baby. Because her and Candy Cane do baby role play. Allegedly, his wife left him, and then he had a girlfriend with a bigger apartment. She left him, so now he's living in a garage or something. And he has nothing on his walls. He's very sad, and I feel bad for him. So I would never drag him or roast Candy Cane because I feel really bad for him. But apparently, then she saw him when he was down and getting dumped, and he shares this on the live. He'll be like, and then another girl left me. Because he kind of talks like that. And then sometimes he's drunk And I got so many pictures sent to me. I guess he went to Turtle Dove's show, and poor Candy Cane got so rip roaring wasted he passed out at Turtle Dove's show at the Wilbur. They're like, we saw you, Candy Cane. You were pissed, drunk, wasted, passed out. And I get it. As a recovering alcoholic since 2012, I get it, Candy Cane. Okay. So he was like, no, I wasn't. I was just closing my eyes and thinking a little bit. So he had nowhere to go. Okay. There was some parking lot Patty hates him, and the parking lot Patty gang was just like, we don't want any more of you. So he had nowhere to go. Nowhere to run to, baby. So enter 7-Eleven, because she's good. She'll pick you up. She loves picking up strays, so she was like, get in here. And apparently he's got to go over there to her house, which he has a cat allergy and a urine allergy, and that's all over the place, but I digress. And pleasure her. I don't know how, but they're hooking up. Okay. I got lots of DMs of people being like, and then Candy Cane said what he had to do. Anywho, so poor Candy Cane, I just want Candy Cane to know it gets better, and you don't have to live like this unless you want to, unless you like it, but he didn't show up to one of the lives because he got lost in her vagina. Apparently, how does it grow? See, this is where I don't really understand anatomy super well. But he got lost up there. She had him come over and she was like, we're going to do something you've never done before. And he was like, okay. And then he was just like, he kind of looks like Krusty the Clown. He's got a lot of hair here, just not too much, but it's all, his hair is mostly here. It's like a lot of, so he thought that would be a protectant as she was shoving him. I don't want to be graphic. I don't want to gross out your children, but as she was like, get in my baby door. Cause they were, I guess they were doing some kind of I think it was natural birth play or so. I don't know. Okay. So and he thought, well, my hair will, that'll grab the sides of the cervix or something. So I can't get in there too far. And all of a sudden she's like, where did he go? Which way did he go? And she was searching. She dug through there. Poor 7. She thought, oh my God, he went to Narnia. Where did he go? Where did this huge man go? A day later, he pops out, one good coffee, a coffee, and he queefed right. Just, this is not for the faint of heart. This is a family show, but not for any family really. So he came out just covered in, goo and Coors Light, just years and years of tobacco backup and Coors Light, and just, it was crazy. And so anyways, he got out, and now he does the show with her because no one else will do a show with him. So now, long story short, that's her producer. Sorry. Sometimes I go on a tangent. So, so Candy Cane, sad dad, is making me not be a baby because that's what she means by that. And I'm not lying. It says it right there, and it's on my Twitter if you want to check it out, not be a baby, because she had to promise him, I will never be a baby and you will never be a baby. I will never lose you in my uterus again. Okay. I will never lose you in my baby door again. I will never do that to you. And he was like, okay, but can I lay in my bed while we're live? And she's like, sure. He's like, do I have to buy a microphone? She goes, not yet. Okay. So making me not be a baby and ask you if you want to come on. No worries if not. But I'm a big Bravo girl too, because I cover some Bravo shows here and there and talk about Bravo things sometimes. I think we could have many laughs. So her and Candy Cane, invited me on their show. I just left him on read because, again, I can't deal with the trouble. It's not a very good show. It's one of those shows. It's kind of like a Jerry Springer sort of, I guess. It's more of a train wreck people watch, where people are going to say the most horrendous things, So I should have replied, sorry, I'm not interested in being on the Unfunny Bigot show, but I didn't. I just was I think you can tell that I'm not interested. So time goes by. She comes over. She's making it rain on me, making it rain. Love you, Joleen, big fan. Love you. I'm like, thank you. Okay. I get it. Okay. Thank you so much. And I gave her sound advice. Those of you remember, I said, save your money. You're giving all of your money to freaking, Farchado. to shits herself. And I'm worried that you're not going to have money in the future, or that you had to hawk your vacuum because it doesn't look like, anything's ever been, cleaned in there. And so I was worried about her financially, but then I realized there's nothing I can do. I'm not her friend like that. She has to want to change. She's 40 years old. If she wants to live in a case of Coors Light, that's up to her. So, she's loving it. Jolene's so funny. She's the greatest piece of great that ever graded. And then I don't go on the show. Longer that I don't go on the show, and the more I start being like, whoa, this behavior is a little weird. Maybe the boy moms are right. Maybe the boy moms have a point. After all these years of being like, these boy moms are just too dramatic. Maybe they have a point. Maybe there are things that they need to fear as their sons grow up. There are certain ladies, for lack of a better term, who don't understand no means no. Okay, so back to the broken baker. He's saying no. Yeah, she's like 38 and a half, 39. She's up there, okay? And God bless, you're supposed to only get better in your 40s, so I hope the best for her. So far not, but you don't know. You don't know. Anywho, so the broken baker, no, people blocked her. She's only left with Fart Shadow. She's making it rain on Fart Shadow. The poor Bunions are like, please no more 7-Eleven. And Fart Shadow said, no, I need to go to Casino Jeffy's. We got a fence that needs fixing. My car got repoed a couple years ago. I'm not going to let that happen again. She pays these bills. So she's like, I got this lady, 7-Eleven. Sure, come on. Sure, tell us what happened with Broken Baker. So the story starts getting weirder and weirder. All of a sudden, Fart Shadow and this one are like, the broken boner is a sex perv and a predator. And they tell us there's receipts coming. And we're all like, no, the Danish? Like, what did the Danish man do? And they're like, oh yeah, he's bad. And 7-Eleven alludes to there's going to be, courts. There's going to be the authorities. He was so bad. He was so mean. And we're like, oh my God, like, what did he do to this beast, poor beastly, this little monster, beast, harbor hog, this beautiful woman. What could he have done to this beautiful woman? What happened? We were like, what happened? And so we're like, okay. And she's like, I got the receipts, and I'll show you the receipts. Jake. And then there's this young man named Jake, and bless his heart, I think he's in, doing something more positive right now. Stay on that path. She's like, I got a new guy. His name's Jake. I love his dick. And we're like, what? And she's just now it turned from like, I'm going to expose the broken boner. And now Jake is my boyfriend. And I love him. I'm my boyfriend, my baby doll. And we're like, oh my God. And apparently Jake, he left the country. He said, I'm out of here. Okay. He tried to tell her no many times. And she'd be like, Jake. And he was like, no, because he now, she couldn't catfish him. He saw, and so he left. I hope he's great. And, he's not coming back to her. He messaged me and he said, Joleen, thank you. He thanked me, which you're welcome, Jake. And I am very proud of you and you're doing great and keep it up. Okay. And just remember, it gets better. Just like I told Candy Cane, he didn't listen, but it gets better. So Jake, he's gone. Okay. Which good, but we might need to, there might be a GoFundMe. I just want to warn you guys for it rhymes with be straining border. Okay. So just save your money tonight because we might have to raise money for Jake to go into hiding. All right. So this beautiful woman becomes obsessed with the man that has to disappear. So there's a common theme. All the men that she starts stalking, allegedly getting obsessed with, who say, no, I don't like you like that. I'm not interested in that. No, I'm not going to change my mind if you beat me in arm wrestling. No, You can't kidnap me and keep me on your piss-stained carpet. No. Okay. It's a thing. So she keeps talking about there's these receipts. I put them in. I got broken boner receipts. You guys will all see. And now a month later, there's no receipts. Unfortunately, the plan that she concocted with Farchado, bless her heart, it's not going too well because Farchado starts losing subscribers because her fans, which she was growing, she was doing the damn thing. Bless her heart. Just because her content was shitting her pants, yelling, and not following through on anything, that doesn't mean there's not an audience for that. There's an audience for everything, you guys. All right. She starts just losing subs. But 7-Eleven says, don't worry, I got you. I got 9 more Discover cards I can make soon. I've been selling my chest hair. So I don't know. I mean, there was a lady on 90 Day, like I said, who sold her farts in a jar. So, there is an audience and a market for lots of things. All right. So she keeps doubling down because she's like, well, Farchado's like, I hate the broken boner. I'm the new turtle dove. I believe my own hype. I don't care. I still got Prison Misty. I still got, Drunken Saw Breasty. Okay. Yeah. She did Drunken Saw Breasty go live with Hammy and say she popped a tit and she had to, get a replacement. I'm sure that was costly, but she still had enough to pay Macchiato's casino bill, allegedly. So she's like, I'm okay. So she just keeps losing subs. Oh, yeah. And she just keeps doubling down. And 7-Eleven keeps, saying all these things about the broken boner, but none of it ever comes to fruition. She talks with her Candy Cane and she's like, he did stuff like, because even Candy Cane's side hairs, they stood up on end. The hair he has left on the side, it stood up because it knows, the body knows, a mother knows. Okay. He knows that 7-Eleven isn't telling the truth. So he was like, well, I mean, like, what did he do? What did the guy do that was that bad? Like he just didn't want to be with you. He just dumped you. No, he did way worse. And Candy Cane said, all right, well, tell me, like, what did he do? And then Candy Cane will start crying. And it's very distracting. It's very distracting. But that's his personality, And she was like, well, we would do fantasies. And we had fantasies where he would, want to, and I was supposed to not want to, and Candy Cane said, like, that sounds kind of illegal. She's like, no, I liked it. And it was just this weird stuff. And he's like, oh, so it was just like consensual stuff. Yeah. We talked all day, every day, and we loved each other. Candy Cane was like, whatever. I mean, it's either I believe this bullshit or I die in internet irrelevance to 7 people on my live. And 6 of those accounts are computers throughout my house, including my kids' iPads, So I guess I can come over here. Sure. Go ahead. So they keep going and going and going. And Farchado keeps losing support. Now, the Bunions that are left, they're trying. Bless their hearts, they are trying their best to deal with this because they're like, we don't understand why Farchado is okay with this nose picker just taking down her whole brand. I mean, Farchado even did an interview with this this beautiful woman, and it made no sense. Still, no receipts have been shown. Like I said, the receipts that Farchado put on Twitter, she had to immediately delete because they didn't make any sense and they weren't the receipts that they promised. So now, for a couple $100 super chats and some, 50, gifted memberships here, 50 gifted memberships there, Farchado has lost her following on YouTube. once the hate watches start, she knows that she's losing money. Okay. And she lost her Twitter account. She had to get rid of her Twitter. She loved her Twitter account. She could scream at people, call them the R word, yell about undocumented, and she loved it. All right. There was an importance that came with that. She had to get rid of it because she was like, I can't answer to these people who just want the truth and saying that my stuff isn't making sense, and freaking 7-Eleven, she's like, you're doing great, babe. And then they start fighting because, like Farchado's starting to listen to some of the Bunions going, yeah, maybe it is. She's went back and forth a few times, like maybe it is 7-Eleven. Maybe I need to get rid of her. And then 7-Eleven is like, you can't get rid of me. And she just, oh my God, you guys. It's like, whoa. So allegedly Farchado is getting scared. And she's telling her husband, Jeffsies. She's like, Jeffsies, you approachable, Jeffsies, approachable. Are you approachable? Are you approachable? And Jeffsies like, what the fuck do you want? I'm learning. Down in Mississippi where the sun beats down from the sky. They give it up and they give it up and they give it up, but they never ask why. Daddy was a rolling stone. Oh, he rolled away one day and he never came home. He's like, I'm learning Sublime on my guitar. Leave me alone. And she's like, okay, not approachables, Jeffies, not approachables. So she's just no one to talk to. She's like, I guess I have to keep going, But the internet, everyone is telling her, besides Jeffy's, who's busy learning Sublime on his guitar and telling her, I'm not interested in anything you say, you dumb bitch. Like, oh my God, Jeffy's not approachable. Okay. So she then decides to, okay, I'm going to give in. So in the last week or so, seeing that the world is against her and going, wake up, wake up, wake up. 7-Eleven is a problem. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Her stories don't add up. Wake up. Because if you go back, all I'm asking is search 7-Eleven's videos. That's all I'm asking. The transcripts. There's certain themes she brings up, whether it be sickness, other people, harassment, stuff like that. And you tell me, does it add up? Do the stories change? Do the sicknesses change? Do the people change? Does the loss change? Just take a look. It's in a book, Reading a Rainbow, and do a little compare and contrast. And that's what people were asking Macchiato. They're like, Macchiato, Farchado, we know that you just want to be on the internet, possibly commit manslaughter, involuntary, okay, in your car, order lattes, complain about your life, and yell about, Democrats and immigrants. But there also was a time where you said you were an investigative journalist. So maybe you could just investigate, because 7-Eleven, all these things are coming out. People are like, and then she told me to do this. And then she talked about my dead child. And then she, and people, oh God, it just gets worse and worse. So but then 7-Eleven will go, that's not true. I didn't say that. What provoked me saying I'm glad that your child is dead is that you said you were glad that my friend's sister's brother, what? Had passed, what? And then you went into the live chat, because you can easily go see if this is true. You could easily go to that live in question, which I have, and you can look at the live chat, which she shares on the screen, and you can see that what she's saying is in fact not true, which would make 7-Eleven a lying liar who lies and lives in cat piss, allegedly for fun, you guys. But Macchiato doesn't want to do that. So some of us had to go do that. And we found what we knew to be true, because we already knew it from the Broken Baker situation, is that unfortunately 7-Eleven has a lying problem.
I am not buying
You
it.
usually can tell a liar by when they're called out on something. How many things do they throw at you? Okay. Now, I went to professional Tell If You're a Liar school with my daughter, Lauren with the good teeth, who's a private investigator. Okay. When she was still in the womb, I knew she was going to be a private investigator because she was investigating my womb. I was like, girl, calm down. She was just moving and shaking. That's why I gave her up as well, in utero. And we went to private investigator, Are You Lying school. And they were like, when someone's called out, the more upset they get, the more things they throw. And then they called my parents' friend's sister's brother. And screw you. And I have appendicitis and it ruptured and I'm just sitting here in it because I am strong. And you're like, what? And my gallbladder needs to be removed. The more that's the lie. That's how you know someone's lying. The more irrational. If someone is wearing, this is more of like an educational live. If someone is wearing glasses, speaking with the glasses, but then all of a sudden goes, wow, and then just, whatever makes you bright, and you're like, if they take the glasses off to scream louder and throw more things, it's a tactic we called confusey woo, okay, that liars do. And you can ask Lauren with the good teeth. You can go over to her channel. I'll drop it in the description here afterwards, and she'll teach you all about this. She has many lives about this, where you just throw everything at people so they forget what am I supposed to be upset about? And also you can't question because it's horrible things like, my gallbladder's daughter got run over by a truck. And you're like, your gallbladder has a daughter? And obviously that doesn't make sense, but it sounds so awful. You're like, and they called my gallbladder to get proof of and you're like, oh my God, that's horrible. So it just you're just like, oh, that's too much. That's too much, And then there was a mice in my house and he crawled up my back door without my permission. Oh my God. And you're like, no, consent. It's a distraction. Yes. Thank you. I know I'm not able to pay as much attention to the chat, but we will get to the chat. Okay. Thank you, Colleen Albings. Yes. Excellent content. Thank you so much. It's subjective though. This isn't that great. Distraction. Thank you. Hello, lovely. You guys are all beautiful. Delusion, confusion. Just throwing everything at you. If every time someone gets called out, they're sick or someone's dead or, something's broken in their home or they're going through some huge thing. It's like, that's a weird coinky dink, but you don't question it because you're like, oh, that sounds so tragic. Your gallbladder's daughter. I mean, oh my God. I mean, I don't know if I don't even know what a gallbladder does, but that doesn't sound good. And a ruptured appendix, I'm pretty sure that can kill you. And I don't want you to die. So God bless. I guess I'll just, or the yelling is so loud. You're like, I'm just going to switch channels. I'm just going to move on. So it's actually a pretty, it's a distraction. It's a strategy that works. And it's something that ramen noodle hair, 7-Eleven, the beautiful woman, she's a woman, the beautiful woman uses a lot. Okay. She uses that quite frequently. And so people are just confused. But if you go back before she hides her lives, which I'm sure she's doing right now, too bad a lot of people have downloaded them, you will see that what she's saying, it doesn't make sense and it's not true. And if you ask her to show you what she's claiming, she won't. Similar to how she didn't show any proof about the broken baker. She won't show any proof that this lady said I should die before I said this lady's kid should die. She just, I had this happen. The same way the story has changed with and this happened and this happened. And then all of a sudden, Joleen told the internet to call my gallbladder's sister's brother who was working on the railroad all the little long day until the railroad exploded, and they wanted evidence of the tracks. And you're like, what? How, I did that? And then I said, did I do that? And you have to question yourself, because when you're somewhat sane, you go, that sounds bad. Who would make that up? Well, she would. She would make that up. Okay. And people know, and people who enjoy that kind of content will just let her get away with it until it happens to them, until they're being accused. And so we're seeing these similar patterns happen. And Farchado is okay with these patterns because she has some of these patterns too. All right. She too, when called out, has, my friend's name is Lucas. And you're like, what? when did you get Lucas? And then it's just all these things, I'm having an asthma attack. And you're like, right now I've never even seen you have an asthma attack. I am. And if you say anything, it'll get worse and I'll report you. And a lot of Karen behavior, a lot of, I'll tell on you, I'll call the po-po, I'll file a report. Both of these women have called the police on people over internet things now that they started. It's a whole thing, allegedly. So Farchado is okay with that as long as she's getting money. And she too has quite a few stories of this man did me wrong, but there's no proof. And so that takes me back to the boy moms. And these are the women that the boy moms fear. They fear that their sons are going to grow up like the broken boner or like the nylon guy or like, anyone, turtle, and they're going to be falsely accused of something they didn't do. Okay. And like we know, men are trash. No offense, all offense to, hashtag, there's some good ones. But, men are already, the good ones are already like, wait a minute. And these are the women that are, allegedly taking down the last good men. The last ones that are like, I'm not here to do anything super creepy. I'm just here to have intercontinental fingering. If I knew you were this person instead of the person you presented as online as a catfish, I would have said no thank you. If I knew that you were going to call me all day, every day and send me butt plugs and freak out, I would have said no thank you. But hindsight's 20/20. And these men have to learn to think, through the frontal lobe rather than the frontal foreskin.
Let's get back to Brad Pitt.
Okay. And that is just my scientific take on it. So these women are struggling. They don't know what to do. They're just throwing everything out there, just hoping there's going to be someone that can come save them from themselves, but it's never going to happen. And it hasn't happened yet. But they're going to keep trucking along. They're going to keep pushing. However, there was, despite these two wanting to just let's just keep going. Keep going. Who cares? You said I didn't give to a charity? I don't give a fuck. You said I'm, falsely accusing men on the internet? Who cares? Let's drink some whole milk. And then all of a sudden, a unexpected hero comes into play by the name of Hammy Hamtown. Okay. The other, actually, you know what? The real, we're not going to give Hammy too much credit because Hammy was also a part of the moons over my Hammy, moons over my menopause, and moons under my clammy that decided to go in on the little story tactic to be like, Joleen Lunzer has now cyberbullied 3 people off the internet. So we had to find this lady with money in Arkansas, which turns out not that hard to have money in Arkansas, allegedly. That's what the other Bunions are saying. Apparently cost of living, not as high as where the other Bunions live, they said. So they're like, yeah, does Drunken Saw Breasty have a nice staircase? Sure. But apparently a lot of people could in Arkansas. That's what Prison Misty said. I didn't say that. I wouldn't say that. All right. It's a beautiful staircase that she went live in front of while talking about her tits. It was a fascinating live, but there was another hero, and I want to give a shout out to this Bunion. I have to find her here. Her name is Cajun. Okay. She's a raging Cajun. Is she down in the Louisiana? Maybe. But there's a Cajun Bunion who is my new favorite. And somewhere I have it, the screenshot of her. And she is, because at first it's, Moons or Hammy now is fighting with 7-Eleven. Hammy's like, all right, our plan didn't work because Moons has been able to stay off the internet, but 7-Eleven isn't. 7-Eleven called Macchiato You guys remember it during her live when Macchiato was already dealing with allegations of scamming a veterans charity with Charlie Kirk merch she made and sold after he was assassinated. Like, that's not good. That's not good. Oh, that's not good. Okay. And then 7-Eleven contacted her and said, Joleen she said the meanest things about me. She said, I need to clean my house. Stop telling mothers that's, saying horrible things about mothers and their children who have, passed away due to addiction. Stop blaming the mothers. And she said, I need to, get a diffuser and my hair. I need to do better with my hair. I need to clean my house. Stop smoking in front of my animals. Stop yelling at my animals. Otherwise, I'm going to spend my life next to this empty case of Coors Light, which she has surely had intercourse with. Okay. Allegedly, if that empty Coors case of beer could talk, it would be in an SVU office. It'd be getting one of those kits. Okay. It would be getting a restraining order, allegedly. All right. So Hammy is like, she's out of control because somehow Hammy just heard. I don't know. Hammy finally decided to speak up. Here's Hammy. Hammy's in the chat. And Hammy has been calling me nonstop. I mean, Hammy, please read the room. Okay. I'm not answering. Okay. Hammy is, oh my God, the screenshots I have, everything I post. Hammy liked. Ocean's like, oh, thank you. Thank you. You're bordering on 7-Eleven. I got it. Thank you. I see it. Thank you. I just want to say in front of 1,759 people here, I'm not interested, but thank you. Thank you, Hammy. Okay. I'm not Hammy. I can't. All right. And also, I never struck moons over my Hammy. I'm not that type of person. I don't do that. We do comedy over here. Was it shitty that Hammy and Moons use my members only content? Yeah, that was shitty. Like, just don't do that. That's for members. People pay for that. Like, don't do it. And then they're like, Joleen was so mean. No, I took your Friendster. You didn't need that account. Okay. Anyhow, but thank you. Thank you, Hammy. I got it, Hammy. And when I take my dogs to the dog beach in Ocean Beach, you better not be there, Hammy. Don't make me get a restraining order, Hammy. Don't be weird, Hammy. Let's just be chill. We have boundaries over here. I don't expect you to pay my bills or kiss my ass. Just don't lie and don't be weird. Don't stalk me. Okay. They think that's her name. Cajun Butterfly. She's the hero of the story. Hammy's a faker. Okay. Hammy's pissed because her and 7-Eleven hurt her ego a little bit. But Hammy hears, I do think there's a part of Hammy that saw that 7-Eleven was this going after a mother who lost her son to addiction, blaming her, just saying horrible things, screaming it on the internet, writing it with her hooves, and then screaming it on her channel. So Hammy decides to apologize to the woman, to the mother who 7-Eleven is just saying the most disgusting things about. And Hammy knows, because Hammy, as much as she plays stupid on the internet, and she just wants a following and she's just being a bad faith actor. But she knows that 7-Eleven is full of shit. Okay. And so she says, I'm so sorry that happened to you, because people are tagging Hammy like, Hammy, do you stand by this? Hammy's like, of course I don't. Because as crazy as Hammy is, as untalented as Hammy is, as creepy as Hammy is, she wouldn't do that. She wouldn't do that. Moons wouldn't do that. There are certain bunions. They're just bunions. But they don't do that. Prison Misty wouldn't do that. She wouldn't do that. But 7-Eleven would do that. For the most part, it's fun and games. It's silly. But 7-Eleven is another breed. So Ocean says, you're out of control. Because basically 7-Eleven goes live because she's feeling herself. She's getting some viewers. Candy cane, can't go anywhere. you know, he's stuck because no one will watch him by himself, allegedly. And so he's just stuck there, like his side hair just stuck on you. I guess I'm on my way over to 7-Eleven's channel. So he's, sitting there. So 7-Eleven basically tells Hammy, "Don't you apologize for me, Hammy. You better not apologize for me, Hammy. Hammy, you better not. No one apologize for me. I do what I say and I say what I mean and I don't care. And I stand by it. 20 toes down. 20 pounds of my pinky finger down. I stand by that shit. Jake, run." Jake is running right now. He's currently running like Forrest Gump across the country away from her to have a better life. Okay. And Hammy goes, "Whoa, whoa, whoa." Because 7-Eleven says, "You can't question me." And Hammy goes, "Well, I mean, this is all fun and games. And yes, we're fucking with people and stuff. But what do you mean? If you question me," like she goes full fascist. 7-Eleven goes full fascist, full authoritarian. She's just like, "No." And you're like, "Whoa, my God." She goes full North Korea. Like it's over. She rules. Everyone else rules. You can't question her. It doesn't matter about the truth. Nothing. Starts screaming about Valerie. It's a mess. Well, Hammy don't like that. So then Hammy's like, enter in our hero. Okay. And I want you guys to give this woman all the love because she stood up in a sea of bunions, including Jessica Macchiato herself, and said, "No. No means no. I'm done. Sure, do I like being a I like being a bunny. We've become bunions. That's not what we're here for. We're not here to be we want to be bunnies again. We want Bunny After Dark, but with less yelling at migrants. We want, we don't have to fight with everyone. Let's have some fun." So Cajun Butterfly stands up in a sea of followers, in a sea of fakes, in a sea of money trumps everything, in a sea of people who can be bought off, have no ethics, no morals, and just shit themselves. And she says, "Yeah, I've caught her, 7-Eleven, in several lies myself. I tried to get past it and give her chances, but I'm done with her." And not only is Cajun Butterfly done with her, Cajun Butterfly goes and tells 7-Eleven, "I'm done with you, bitch." And 7-Eleven's like, "I'll eat your kids. I'll eat your kids and burp up their hair." And she's like, "Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my." 7-Eleven doesn't take this well. And Hammy's just like, I agree. Hammy season out. We can get rid of her. Yes, we can get rid of her. Is this the way the camera works? Huh? Hank? Oh boy. So now there's a divide. And I don't think, let me just double check if a Fart Shadow has even been live. She doesn't know what to do because the rebellion is starting. It's coming. Okay? It'll be televised on YouTube. Kendrick Lamar warned us all. All right? Let me just double check here. Let's see. Jessica Fart Shadow. Jessica Fart Shadow. She had a live. She had to take it down. She's trying to lean into the, oh yeah, I'm evil. She's down another, I think, 100 subs. She's posting pictures of her husband holding a coloscopy bag or something. She's got titles going 24 on 24, evil edition. And then it'll disappear. She's doing dirty deletes and she'll put it back up. She had to be delayed because apparently she had to go to the hospital. I'm behind in her lives, but I think she had to go to the hospital or something. Because, when you lie and lie and lie, and it's hard. It's just so hard. Like Judge Judy says, when you tell the truth, you don't have to have a good memory. When you tell the truth, it doesn't affect your health. When you tell the truth, your skin glows. You feel better about stuff. You sit up in your chair. You turn your camera on. You don't need a case of Coors Light to assault next to you. There's so many things. So Macchiato's kind of been hiding out a little bit. you know, she doesn't know. Yeah, you don't get the diabetes. Thank you. Thank you. So now we have, there are bunions coming in my DMs saying, I want to go back to being bunnies. God damn it, we want to be bunnies. We were bunnies first. All right. And yes, Jessica Macchiato, Fartchato, shits her pants. She's went off the rails. But we feel like we can rein her back in and have our little area where we can talk our shit, but not try to take a man in Danish land down. Not try to put crimes on men when we don't get our way or other people. Not try to accuse lovely comedians named Joleen Lunzer of cyberbullying. We want to live in a world where we can just give her casino money and she can just, bark like a seal. But we don't want the 7-Elevens. The bunions they are done, Fartchato. They are messaging me. They are going on the internet. They're going against your wishes on their own lives. And they're saying no. No means no. We want to have some fun in the bayou, So Cajun Butterfly is the hero we didn't know we needed. But we thank her for her service because she's one of the bravest bunions or bunnies. She's a bunny who's able to tell the truth and go, I'm tired of this. Because if you listen to 7-Eleven, you will catch her in lies. Put the volume down because she will scream. She will throw every ailment, every dead relative, every dead person at you. She will throw I was assaulted, she'll throw all these horrible things that you're like, oh my God, you can't question those things. If you question those things, then you're a bad person. But you gotta peel it back like an onion and go, no, I'm gonna see the receipts. She's never shown a receipt for anything, ever. And Cajun Butterfly said, I'm not doing this anymore. Not today. Not today. And that's what heroes do. They speak up. Hello, Lovely says, no resurrection. They speak up. They say, enough's enough. How much money are you actually spending at the casino? Why do we have to put up with 7-Eleven? Why do we all have to think the same? Why does Hammy always have to look into the distance and never toward the camera or at the camera? Okay? Why is Hammy always I cut this, but why is she always on the bottom of her screen? And where's Moons? They miss Moons. They miss your resting bitch face. They miss it. They miss your judgmental resting bitch face. You got to come out of fake mental hospital. And you got to tell the truth. Okay? Come on. Now's the time. Take it from Cajun Butterfly. If she can do it, if she can stand up with a wildebeest in aviators and an ugly, adorable Coors Light hat yelling at her, surely you can, Moons. You can't tell me that Moons doesn't want to tell 7-Eleven to beat it. The only person who has bullied the bunions is Jessica Fartchato and 7-Eleven. The only people. No one else. Okay? And justice for Mary B. Leave that woman and her vagina alone. Okay? Some women are just born with men that want to have sex with them. And other women are born having to harass and stalk and beg the Danish for sexting. You weren't, it's okay, 7-Eleven. You're not the same as Mary B. Mary B gets it in person. You get it through a restraining order. And that, that's your journey. That's your cross to bear. But it's not Mary B's fault that even after she breaks up with a guy, they're like, still want to do it? And also, I'll pay your cable. You want me to pay your electricity? Sure. This is good. This is good. I'll enjoy you. Because Mary B says, I don't want to go to dinner. Okay? I don't want to go on a date. I want to feel the pleasure because I am a lady. I don't know how old Mary B is, but I imagine she's in like her 30s. And she says, I just want to have some fun. And I want my electricity paid. Okay. Because, you know, I want to save up for solar. So save the dinner money and pay for the solar. All right. And I know that you guys are probably like, oh, there's Joleen and her crazy Californian solar energy ways. But let me tell you, the tax break me and my husband got from solar and the amount we've saved. I'm about to become a Mormon and sell you solar. That's what I'm saying, allegedly. Also, hashtag toy is real. Okay, stop talking about people's spouses. Leave me and my gay husband alone. Okay, we are very gay. We are very happy. You know, I know it is hard for a man who looks like candy cane to see an attractive man and not want to have sex with him, but he doesn't want to have sex with you, candy cane. I know you want him to be gay, but he just, you know, even in all his gayness, my gayness, he's not going to bang your sideshow bob hairdo. That's not what he's into. Okay. I know you don't know, 7-Eleven doesn't know what it's like to have an attractive in-person partner who loves them and respects them. And I hope one day you get that. So it might be hard for you to believe. I can't help it. My husband is very handsome. Okay. And some days they say he's 12 years my senior. Some days they say I'm 12 years his senior. And really, I'm 40 years his senior. Okay. I'm basically his grandmother. So leave my ICU nurse, life-saving gay husband out of this. Just talk about me and my nose job or my strong neck or my, what else do they say? Or my annoyingness or my voice or, my double chins. Okay. Let my husband save lives and be gay in peace. He's not going to fuck you. I can't even make I know, 7-Eleven was hoping she could, hey, pipe my husband chiller in, he is, what's that word? He has, standards. Is that it? Okay. Taste? No. Yeah. Both. And yeah. And he likes a strong neck, but he doesn't want all the neck. You know what I mean? It's just how, justice leave Mr. Joleen out of this. He's just saving lives. He's hilarious. We can't help it. We met doing stand-up comedy, and that he's also a very talented improv comedian, and that during the pandemic, he decided to go back to school to become a nurse and wanted to be an ICU nurse. And that's not even I don't want to tell you what his next goal is because that's his business, but he really wanted to help people. He's like a really nice person. I'm an asshole. I talk shit on the internet. My husband doesn't. That's not what he does. Okay. But you can look up his picture right now. His socials are open. You can find his comedy set and see how adorable he is and handsome. And he's my caramel god and I love him. But let him save lives. He's very busy. He doesn't drink alcohol. He doesn't have time to be drunk on the internet. He doesn't have time to be allegedly not wanting to pay $500 in child support like Candy Cane, aka Sideshow Bob. Sideshow Bob, just get out right now. It's the end of you. It doesn't have to be like that. There are plenty of people who are just keep the sides trimmed. Just keep the sides trimmed. But also, I do want to say Jessica Macchiato. Part of the story. Part of the important part of the story is Macchiato has someone in some of these bunions. And I know it's not Cajun. I know Cajun wouldn't do this. I don't even think fucking Hammy would do this. I don't even think Moonsy, who's in a fake mental hospital right now, would do this. But you guys have some interesting people in your little Bunion crew. And Jessica Macchiato, I'm going to hold you responsible for this because this is the kind of environment, unfortunately. Let me pull back up Jessica Macchiato so we're not confused. And I've been told this is a which 7-Eleven sock account. There's an account that's going around that's saying some bananas things in my chat and in Macchiato's chat. Okay. Big supporter of Macchiato. Let me, where'd that picture of, let's get this picture of Macchiato. Let's get a even better one. Here, let me get this one. Oh, my mouse isn't working. We'll get it in a minute. But there is another account. You guys are you're ruining the internet. You're making it not fun. Okay? It's like, it's not that serious. It's YouTube. And there is this account. And let me find it here. Oh boy, that was, okay. And they're really being super weird. In Macchiato, there is a sense of response. If I saw this in my chat and I saw someone out who was a supporter of me acting like this, I would make sure they were no longer in my chat and they were no longer a supporter of me, and I would call it out. And if it is like some people have said, 7-Eleven sock account, 7-Eleven, knock it off. I know she has lots of Twitters because she's getting kicked off all the time because she can't stop harassing the Danish who want nothing to do with her, as well as other men. And, you know, if you clean yourself up and you be a better person, you stop lying about men and trying to put crimes on them when they're not interested in you, you could find an in-person one. Okay? You could. There's no reason that you can't. I mean, right now there's lots of reasons, but eventually, you know, but right now it's pretty scary. And I've given you so much good advice of like, take that down. Don't scream about that. Don't keep saying you have all this stuff on the broken boner. You know, apologize, move on. He's not that into you. That happens in life. Not everyone's gonna want to be with you. Don't catfish people. Show men what you really look like. And someone who, the right man for you, will love all the parts of you. You know, you won't have to go to bed with that empty case of Coors Light anymore. You might even find a man who will vacuum. You know, you could vacuum your house, dust, take your dogs for a walk. He could teach you how not to yell at them. Wouldn't that be awesome? Okay, I'm trying to find this lady. I screenshotted it because I was just like, what is going on with these people? This can't be real life. Oh, there's a cute little picture of Hammy. Let me share. Let's share that. Okay. Because I know there's so many bunions out there who just, they don't want it like this. Nobody wants it like this. You know, it's just, there's one thing with being a lolcow and being silly, sure, and whatever. But when we're just like putting these accusations out there with no receipts, but claiming we have receipts, then having to get rid of accounts and doing it because someone is a big donator to your channel, allegedly, and someone who, and you know, you want to go to the casino. The thing with the casino is it can be fun if you have the money, but you shouldn't work for the casino. Okay. Because then you might get desperate. So there is an account. And let me recognize some of these super chats here as well. There is an account. It's a Spillin' Tea, which some of the bunions believe it's J7. Okay. And they've warned me. Okay. I'm not saying it was Moons. I'm not saying Moon or Hammy, because Moonsy's in the hospital. They said Hammy and them said Moons is somewhere in Florida, like Proctor. And it's like, what? Like, really? Moons for what? I think it was really because of 7-Eleven, but they can't tell Macchiato. You know, oh God, my mouse is like, I'm sleepy. We're go sleepy real quick. We go cheapy. So maybe it was Hammy. Maybe it was, you know, I'm not going to put any names out there. But I will say that some people think this account, some of the bunions think this account is 7-Eleven. And it would make sense. But I'm not the type to, without concrete proof, to put this on her. But there's this account. It's a Spillin' Tea account, and we know 7-Eleven likes the tea. She likes the Bravo verse, and also justice for Val Kilmer. Val Kilmer gave this amazing. Sorry, you guys, my mouse is dead right now. It's charged, but it acts up sometimes. It's like, I need a break. He gave this wonderful little, like, oh my God, everyone should go over to Val Kilmer. I'll drop the link, or if one of my mods wants to drop his link right now, but I'll put it in the description, of how to take care of your fish tank. And, you know, because Macchiato was like, oh, my fish, you know, she's got like 70 fish. She's got a bunch of betas and stuff. And okay, so here we go. Here we go, yo. So what's this? Okay, here we go. Hi, these people are bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A-S. Okay. So, but he was just, and his video got struck. And now it's back up, but stop doing that. Stop doing that, Tim. Thank you for your patience. You guys, smash that like if you haven't already. Let's see if the mouse has decided that it's going to work. Okay. Thank you. Oh, it's back. Oh, God. Kind of. Do better. Do better. Hammy has entered my. Okay. So little Hammy. Little Ham. Hello, Hammy. Hello, Hammy. How are you, Hammy? Okay. So there's Hammy. Hello, Hammy. All right. So this account. Where did it go? Has been leaving really weird comments. As you can see, this is the account, and you Bunions have seen this before because it's one of your people who are in the chat. Let me take down this real quick. And this person has said, maybe someone will call your husband's work to show your behavior. And that's where I was like, I don't care if you say you're fat, you're not talented, you're stupid, you should quit YouTube, I hate you. Someone told me today I think they'd rather drink bleach than watch my channel. God bless. That's free speech. I love it. I love that for you. But really? But that's the kind of environment, Macchiato, that you're creating with your Karen behavior. You have these followers, and I will show you this person in your chat, very active in your chat. This is what you're encouraging when you call people's jobs, when you get people fired. So you mean to tell me, because I roast people on the internet, no matter what I say on the internet, okay, that you are going to call a hospital where my husband is an ICU nurse, and God knows we need nurses and we need healthcare workers right now, doing the Lord's work, because you can't handle the internet as an adult. So this person, Spillin' T-Z2N. Jessica Macchiato, I've seen them in your chat. I've seen you interact with them. Maybe someone will call your husband's work to show your behavior. I wish your family to experience this kind of bullshit. Karma. Oh, okay, but just say me. Don't like bring out. It's weird. You aren't following Turtle Boy's orders by shutting the fuck up. LOL. Let's look at you and your husband. Now, who's been bringing up my husband a lot lately? I wonder who. What do you have going on? So, Sideshow Bob Candy Cane and 7-Eleven. Now this part, let me show you now, because you will, and I know you Bunions recognize this account. And Hammy, don't lie, because they're here. Okay, like that's ridiculous. All right, can't you just call me fat and unfunny like a normal person? Really? Like that's where it just, then it's like, well, then I can't do this anymore. I can't like that's, I've been down this road before, and people just take it to a level that is so unnecessary. And you would think that Macchiato, you know, would discourage this kind of behavior. But instead, they see her participating in this kind of behavior, so they think, oh, okay. Now, the only thing I could find on this person's channel is that something about JFK. So 7 months ago, they said, wow, JFK had a lot to say about Karen Reed. How soon they forget. So who knows if this person has called things on JFK and was like, maybe I talked to Karen Reed. Maybe I talked to JFK's employer or something. I don't know. But it's just like, you're taking all the fun out of the internet by acting this way. It's stupid. Who does this? And it just happens to coincide with when 7-Eleven and Sideshow Bob, Sad Dad, are trying to, the first was 7-Eleven posting here's a funny story. She posted 2 pictures on her Twitter of me and my husband that are on social media. So, you're like, yeah, that's my adorable husband. Cool. But it's done in a way to be like, I know who your husband is. Yeah, so do a lot of people. He's been on my channel, like back in the day especially. We've toured the world together. The United States government paid us to entertain the troops. Like we went on an armed forces entertainment tour together. Like you can find me and my husband involved in a lot of things, comedy, until, like I said, he decided to take a break from comedy and become a nurse during the Panakuchen. All right. And so it's just like, what the fuck? Okay, so let me pull up so I've seen this person in, I got so many screenshots here. Apologies, guys. In Farchado's chat. And it's just like, so Trey annoying. And like I said, just happens to now, I'm going to call your husband's work. And it's like, oh, we're doing this. We're doing this. Really? Where is the... Sorry, guys. We are the spilling teas. Okay. So, that's where I zoomed in on their thing so I could look up their little namey-wamey. So here is, I was watching this on this lovely channel that has, oh my God, I forget the guy's name, but it's Ketchup and her co-host. Sorry, sir. No shade, but I forgot his name. But they were reviewing Macchiato's, one of her videos. And Ketchup wasn't there. Mo in the Deep End was there. And I recognize Mo in the Deep End from the wonderful Megan Fox Writers channel. And Mo has just this, she's got a cool microphone and she just has this great voice. And she's just beautiful and she's smart and all kinds of stuff. Anywho, and she's there with a gentleman. Is that the same channel as the Ketchup channel? I don't know. Okay. But Mo's great, right? But as I'm watching, I look over and I'm doing stuff and I say, whoa, that's spilling tea. That's that same account. And it's not in the Mo and that gentleman's chat. It's the replay of the live in Jessica Macchiato's. And as I'm watching, spilling tea's popping up more and more. But I just took the one screenshot there, and then I went back and looked, and sure enough, spilling tea is very prominent in Macchiato's chat. I'm like, oh, here we go. So whether it's like some of the Bunions say, 7-Eleven under a sock account, or whether it's just another asshole that feels, emboldened to behave like this and go after someone's job because that's what Jessica Macchiato does, just knock it off. All right. And I would hope that Macchiato would say, that's this too much. I would never do that. Yeah, Mo, she seems great. Okay. So love her. And as I was listening, because, all these new channels and stuff are popping up in my algo, super fun. And I was like, I recognize Mo. And then I love the little Ketchup lady. She's super cute. And I'm so sorry to the men, but I can never remember the men's names. I have to learn the men's names. But Demi says, this makes me dislike Jess's asshole behavior even more. It's just, this is the type of stuff you're perpetuating, over like bullshit on the internet over. It's just like so stupid. Shizzy. Okay, it's Shizzy's. Okay, so there's Shizzy, but there's another guy with ketchup. Who's the guy with ketchup? So sorry. I feel like such an asshole. Apologies to the man who I think it might be his channel too. Apologies. Just J Hip. Yes. Okay. Yes. So Shizzy and Just J Hip are not the same men. Okay. God bless. So sorry, gentlemen, but I do love your co-hosts. Okay. Shout out to Mo and shout out to Ketchup. Sorry. I just usually pay attention to tits more. It's just my thing. It's just what I do. It's just like when I forget who runs Rat House, I'm like, Toy's husband, Danny. Just like Toy is real. Okay. So who is this spilling tea? I'm putting this back on the bunnies, the Bunions, the Jessica Macchiatos. Who is this person who's so comfy as a Bunion and in your group and in your squad to say this? Because I guarantee this is just me, realizing they did this. Is it 7-Eleven like some of you think? And who is this person? And maybe tell him to knock it off. I don't know. They're a little crazy. The expert says they're the same person. Okay. Let's see. Aussie says Mo in the deep end started with Dolly talk, Matthew, and we first saw Mo with Broken Baker, Dolly, Hella Dolly and Helen. I don't really know what that means. Oh, Mo used to go live with Dolly talk. All our worlds are crossing. Is that what you're saying? Okay, sorry. Kylie says, Jolene, I know who that is. I've seen her in chats. Thank you, Kylie. She's always in chats. She's always there. Okay, Mo streams with Shizzy and experts. All right. It's a bunny. You can tell it's a bunny. If you go back in the chats and you look at that account, it's a bunny. It's a hardcore bunny. I just spilled down my Tilly shirt and on my chin. I missed my mouth, but it's a bunny. Okay? It's a bunny. It's a bunny. We're doing wet t-shirt contests. It's a bunny. It's a bunny. And it's just like, come on. It seems very coincidental that it's happening at the same time that 7-Eleven is now going real life again. 7-Eleven is a problem. She doesn't understand no means no. She just continues harassing people. She's a harasser. And it's not funny and cute anymore. It's like legit weird and not fun Aquarius weird. It's legit scary. The chick is, someone needs to step in with her. Okay. Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. Yeah, we love Hella and Dolly. Wet t-shirt, baby. It's annoying. It's like, come on, we're having some fun over here. Let's have some fun. No one's going to call Jeffy's employer. No one should call Jeffy's employer. Macchiato, Shark Chatter, you should stop calling people's employer and get them fired. You shouldn't even have got Meredith fired. Like, for what? Couldn't you have handled it another way than taking someone's employment? I don't care. That might be an unpopular opinion, but that's my opinion. I think that was wrong. I think it's such a Karen bullshit thing to do. It's stupid. Keep the internet on the internet. Like, just keep calling me fat and untalented. Okay? Call me gay. God, I love a gay. You know what I mean? Like, call me gay all day. Just leave other people alone. Don't call people's jobs. Summer should be fun. It's a gay summer. Put your gay summer emojis in the chat. Yes, thank you, Java Time. Stop being a Karen, Jess. Oh, we love Rosalind. Is Rosalind Duke here? We love Rosalind. Rosalind, her whole family is attorneys, allegedly. And so, we might have to now reach out to Rosalind to take care of some of these people. Okay. Let me see what you guys are saying over here. Shout out to Lego Florist. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the 5. Says I found you 2 years ago from Big Brother, but also love true crime. So I've been super entertained. You have been covering both. Thank you so much, Lego Florist. The virtual juror. Thank you so much for the 5. Hashtag free Mary B snatch. Right? Mary B can't help it. She's very beautiful. I know that. I know 7-Eleven, you think you're doing something. You think you're doing something. You're like, Mary B gets paid to, oh, okay. That sounds like jealousy, you know, because I'd like a little bit of money. I'd like things, you know, but I have to say my husband recently surprised me with new fluffy, I don't want to show you guys my white legs, but new fluffy Ugg slippers, because these are my favorite ones, because Dave Dog this is the 3rd pair I've had. He's chewed through 2 of them. All right. And then my husband will be like, he'll have them sent the next day. And I'm like, oh, thank the Lord. Okay. And maybe one day if you stop picking your nose, you clean your house, you take no for an answer, you too could have someone who loves you that much, you know, or who loves you enough to the fact that I keep losing my AirPods. Okay. You will never see me with a matching set of AirPods. All right. But yet my husband will come home and go, surprise. And I'll go. And then 2 days later, I dropped it in the hot tub or in the bathtub. Because why can't these things withstand water? That is where I think. That is where I do my best work, is in hot water. Okay. Maybe you one day won't have to pay for dick that doesn't show up through DoorDash. That can be you, baby. But there's some changes. Diana ER Trauma RN. Thank you, Diana, for the 10. Says they all need some Lexapro and a hug. I know. Well, yes, Lexapro. Yes. JM is so delusional, and her apology, not apology, is not believable. Love the BB coverage and your Bunion roast too. Hashtag team nobody. So that's the thing. Are we team 7-Eleven? Are we team Hammy? Are we team Cajun? Are we team nobody? Put it in the chat. Put it on the YouTube where he thinks for the 5. Excuse me. Says, when you have to leave the country to get some peenie, retire the gin-soaked pumice. Not the pumice. Not the pumice. Expert of it all. Thanks for being a member for 3 months. Says Ish spent all her money on subs. Can't afford mascara to save her soul. You know, every time she's like, I'm just like, girl, can we just get a little flick? Just a little of the blackest black flick of mascara on your eyes. It would do wonders, baby. It would do wonders. You're scaring the children. Okay? This is not a family show, but I'm just saying. Cat Lady Ballerina, thanks for the 5. Says, does 7-Eleven live at her grandma's house? I think so. I think she is squatting in an elderly woman's home. I think things are happening. Things that, you know, I'm sure she has receipts for, but in some kind of locker somewhere. An organ, fake lemons, multiple fake flower arrangement, gold frame. I mean, it's not... It's very serial killery. Okay? Very much so. It's very scary. This is why the broken baker was afraid. He was like, oh, she does kind of look like a Cabbage Patch Kid. Like a Cabbage Patch Kid that turned to crack. You know, hit the streets. Like, what's that smooth white underbelly? Like a Cabbage Patch Kid in the, what is that show? What is that? Is it, you guys, is it called Smooth White Underbelly? I'm sorry, perimenopause brain. Smooth White Underbelly or something? Underbelly. Smooth White Underbelly, yeah. A Cabbage Patch that fell into the soft white, not smooth, Joleen. Oh my God. Soft white underbelly. The American YouTube channel by Mark Layla or something, that interviews people who are frequently invisible in society. The unhoused, the sex worker, the chronic drug user, the runaway, the gang member, the poor and the sick, the delusional, all those things. you know, because I had Cabbage Patches, but I had twin redhead Cabbage Patches. One didn't have teeth and one had one toofies. And my mom, shout out to Nana, recently brought them to California and said, you have to raise them now because I gave up all my babies. Okay. Lauren with the good teeth. Jimmy Jam, Auntie Deb. I was like, get them out of me. Good luck, you know. So my mom says, I'm done raising these babies. They're not growing. Take them back. So now they're in a closet. Don't call CPS. Not that Dina, thanks for the 20, says, I can smell her pitch. So can I. It's ginger. You got to floss. It's ginger. And before bed, don't go sleep with tea, with, you know, food in your teefies. You got to get it out. Get a water pick or something. Okay. DB, always good to see DB. DB says, I don't think J7 is real. It's just Tim. If this is Tim Dillon doing a bit, my have the mighty fallen. Okay. Now I know 7-Eleven loves Tim Dillon, but baby, Tim is about to put a restraint. I'm about to attack Tim. We're going to need a restraining order. Okay. Baby. They steal the whole shtick. It's like her and Farchado, you know, imitation is the highest form of flattery. Yes, but not completely just taking everything. Oh my God. From the glasses to the hat to the like, it just doesn't work for everybody. The same way Macchiato is trying to be Turtle Dove. It doesn't work for her. That works for Turtle Dove. You have to find what works for you. All right. You can incorporate a couple things from people that you're inspired by, but you can't take on their whole being. That's not you. Because, you know, her bunny's always, welcome, Turtle Boy can do it. Because that's who he is. He fucking tells people to die in a hole. That's who he's always been, forever and ever, amen. You know, and people are like, I'm still going to watch it. But you can tell when someone genuinely is dying a whole person. You can tell when someone is like going through the motions for the Cash Money Millionaire and the grift. You can tell. Mississippi Girl, thank you so much for the 199. Says BX Beast Boy is vile. Please roast off the No. Honestly, you got to gray rock people like that. He's on someone like him. He's a bad faith actor. All of a sudden, he'll create his like turns things into something while hanging out with two of the biggest racist white ladies who are paying him, Farchado and this one. They're bigots. They are. That's who they are. He'll then go, oh no, Jolene is a racist. And he'll do a 9-part series. Same with the, like, no. This man has been trying to just do anything. And God bless, I hope he's successful, but that's not worth our time. Honestly, I fell asleep. Okay. But I wish him all the success. I wish him all the best in his future endeavors. Thank you so much. Mississippi Girl 76. Thanks for coming a member as well. The Big Fish 100. Thanks for the 5 says, I did not wake up this morning knowing I needed a Jolene story in my life. I love telling stories. It's my favorite thing. But I sure fucking love, I can't live 2 hours. Like, what a big mouth bitch I am. Okay. Just leave those comments. Go, you're a big mouth, boring bitch. Okay. You probably got a port wine stain on your back. I miss the days when the Bunions were reading my blogs and calling me a loser. Ugh. You know, but then it's like, we're going to call your husband's job. Oh my God. Boring. Bored now. Yeah. Cat Lady Ballerina official, thanks for the 2. So this is the weirdest bedtime story I've ever heard. Or the best. Messy Jesse thinks for the 5 says all of this seems absolutely accurate via my account of things so far, but I'm a tad biased. Messy Jesse. You need to change your name because these Jessies are messy. I don't know how messy you are, Jesse, but these are the messiest Jessies, and not in like a fun, messy way. Jenny Lyons, thanks for the 189, says today is 7-Eleven. Coinky Dink, aka Coors Light Day. Everybody crack your Coors Light and pour them down the drain in honor of where this lady's channel should go, allegedly. But God bless, subscribe, all the success. But I'm not going to tell you where her channel is because it is hell. We'll drop Macchiato's channel, but we're not dropping 7-Eleven's channel. I'll give you Hammy's channel, but we are not dropping 7-Eleven's channel. Okay. Let's see. Who do we have next? Messy Jessie, thanks for the 2, says it's like no isn't a whole sentence. Oh, wait. I'm telling you. This lady, I just can't. Sometimes I lie awake at night thinking, how many people exist out there who macchiato and 7-Eleven have put fake crimes on and said, because it's like sick. 7-Eleven is like, I have all this proof, and we've seen nothing. She made it seem like Broken Baker was a prevert, the biggest prevert. He's a perv. Like he was some kind of deviant. He was dangerous. They tried to make people believe that he was dangerous to other women. They tried to just like destroy him and his reputation. Like he was like a rapist or something. And I'm like, oh my God. When I first heard about all this, I'm like, I wonder what that guy did. I mean, what did the Danish do? And then come to find out, he just didn't like her. You mean he just didn't like you? You did all this because he dumped you? And other people saw how cuckoo bananas you are? And they said, we don't want her in our chats?
Okay, this is
Inappropriate.
I mean, I know she thinks she's not cuckoo bananas. Because if she thought she was cuckoo bananas, she would get help. But you're cuckoo bananas. Like, just because you come into chats and you derail them and you're weird and you enjoy the chaos and the drama, and most creators don't like that. There are certain creators you can buy, like Farchado. She doesn't care. I mean, her bunions are like, they're finally, shout out to them, they're finally stepping up going, we're tired of this. Nothing's ever going to change as long as you allow these people to pay you off. I mean, look at this lady. I told her, don't give me your money. I think you're wrong. You're being cuckoo. And I think Danny at Rat House said she gave me $1,000 one night. I didn't even, hello, what is wrong with you? Because she thinks people can be bought that will be like, yeah, she's great. No, she's not. No. So now I know now she's on this, like, I hate Jolene. Yeah, because I wouldn't go on your show. You couldn't buy me on top of that. And I exposed all the yucky stuff you're saying. Like, there's a point where it's funny, where you're like, you know, I guess you're screaming and making an ass of yourself. And you're just a Lolcow. But then there's a point where you're screaming at mothers who have lost their children and blaming them and saying disgusting things, and then going, I have a herniated disc. And you're like, what the fuck? Like, knock it off. Knock it off, lady. Just stop lying. Said, stop lying. The big fish, thanks for the 2, says, just ask Kane loose. I mean, that dude, Sideshow Bob is going to be trying to get in a new sideshow. He's going to be hitting up Parking Lot Patty. He's going to be begging Parking Lot Patty to come back. I mean, this bitch admitted, even Parking Lot Patty said, hey, you took a little too far with Jolene's husband. Like, leave people's husbands out of it. You know, because you start doing that, and then you get the spilling tea, who could be 7-Eleven, who are like, I'm a college job. You think I haven't been down this road before? Fucking creepy. All right. I had people trying to get me one time off of a taping I was doing for Amazon, a comedy taping of a stand-up. They were like, we're going to get her canceled because I'm pointing out the ridiculous, like, people are laughing because of your behavior for a roast. Doesn't that just mean that I should have done I still did it. They didn't cancel me off of it because, you know, it's really hard with comedians to cancel them. And this definitely, but either way, it's just like, get a fucking life. Get a life. Stop yelling at your dogs. Get a life. Brian Scott Patterson, thanks for the 20. He said, some or none of this is true. Miss J Manicotti. Okay, Mrs. J Manicotti told me she was supposed to be on Big Brother. Oh my God, the casting agent said she needed to stop driving around in a Mazda. Oh, no, she loves her Mazda. And apparently the agent had a pot roast thrown at her. Messy Jessie, thank you for the 2. So she is whistling while she works. Janice, welcome to the membership. Herder of Cats, thank you for the 10. Says, I hope you're happy being the sole reason for Fart Chado's downfall. She got an ace business plan, and if it wasn't for you, she'd be rich by now. Hashtag justice. Oh, I heard about it. We got to play the clip of what her business plan was. I know that Mick Rib Kazi G, he posted it, but Jessica Machado is an agent of chaos. Fart Chato, you are an agent of chaos. She had this planned. So, like, it's so boring when they're like, you're killing her! You're killing her! It's like, oh my God. Don't make me start a podcast with Aaron. Don't make me. Brennan ZV87, thanks for the 10, says JM will never quit J7 as long as the money. That's the thing, because she's desperado because of the casino, allegedly.
You're terrible, Muriel.
And we're gonna, in a minute, we're gonna listen to Jeffy's tell us that his wife's worst habit and addiction is the casino. Her own husband says that on a YouTube channel with my son, Auntie Deb. So I'm telling you, I have roasted and reacted to other creators, Trisha Griffith from Web Sleuths, who also love the casino. And when you are driven by that and you're that desperado, you'll do anything. And unfortunately, it hurts your people who really enjoy you. You know, the people who are supporters of Macchiato, who don't want to go down this route, because there are some of them out there. And they're raging out to me. Okay. So it won't take long for JM throws her to the curb. Like she did, yeah, if the money leaves, she did with her friend of night. Yeah, justice for my new best friend, Aaron. Me and Aaron, we get along. It's so weird. We get along so well. It's like we're just like blonde sisters, you know? I don't know. I know that the Macchiato, Fart Chato doesn't understand Ani DeFranco lyrics, not a pretty girl. Everyone harbors a secret hatred for the prettiest girl in the room. But I saw the prettiest girl in the room, Aaron. And I didn't give her the cold shoulder and not pay attention to her and then, you know, let her go. I was like, hey, Aaron, what up? Messy Jessie, thanks for the 10, says what she did to Lori Jean. Yes, justice for Lori Jean was horrendous. She went after another mother whose son was intoxicated one night due to immaturity, due to age. She said horrific stuff about her. What did her parents say about her? Like, how did she get like that? Do you know what I mean? Like, that's weird. It is vile. It's vile and it's gross. And even in some apology she tried to give, she still was in saying basically that that this mother, she feels guilty because she knows it's her fault. No, it's no one's fault. Addiction is just like 7-Eleven. It's a crazy beast, just like 7-Eleven, you know, and it doesn't discriminate, which is unlike 7-Eleven, who does discriminate and is a bigot. But no, parents are not to blame for that. That's ridiculous. Family members are not to blame for that. Like, don't be a garbage person, you know, unless you have a legitimate job as like a trash collector, then God bless. Lily, thanks for the 199, says justice for Ray from Dallas. Thank you so much. Mopey, Massachusetts. Excuse me. Thanks for the 499, says if Jess had as much venom for J7's nonsense, right, as she has for Haitian immigrants, this would have ended. It would have. And if Jess was really an investigative journalist, she would go back to these lives where J7 says that this Lori was telling her to K herself and all this and provoked that and wishing her friend dead or something. She would go back, do the investigative journalism and see that in fact is not true because it's there. And this whole story of Lori went back and took her comments out, that also is not true. And this whole story of someone called her deceased friend's daughter's parents is also not true. And you'll never see receipts for any of it. The same way you'll never see receipts on the broken baker being a horrible, you know, abusive perv. You won't see it because the only one who's the perv is that guy. She's the perv. All right. Angel Baby, thank you so much for the 2. Says Toy makes the best justice for Toy's intro song because the 24 and 24 and 24 is like, Oh, nails on a chalkboard. Kiss me. Or something. Or what does she say? She's like, and your dad loves me more. Or whatever the song is. I don't know. Not good. Panda Bear, thank you for gifting 5 memberships. Schlogs, thank you for the 199. Says Gateway to Alcatraz. William, thanks for the 2. I got the meat sweat. Says I wish BB Raptor chased these villains into a volcano. That would be great. My big brother peeps know what we're talking about. Meatball Morrissey, Scatty Stain, thank you so much, says that's pathetic behavior. I hope they're not doing that crap. It's me, Miss Lee. Thank you so much. Says please check your email right now. I will do that. Rainbow. Oh, I want to show you guys. Rainbow made a chart because when Rainbow comes in here, Rainbow knows about many of the people that I've roasted in the past. And Rainbow put together this chart, and I haven't even looked at it myself because she sent it right before. Here, let me close these. She sent it, or I saw that she had sent it. I don't even know what time she sent it, but right before I was about to go live, because before this I was live for BB. And it looked like a good chart. Okay, here it is. And Rainbow makes some charts in some other communities I've roasted. Okay, so bottom feeder connect. Let me make myself small. Oh my God, I cannot wait to see this. Thank you, Rainbow. Let me knock this down. Okay, so the bottom feeder connections, according to Rainbow. We got Turtle Dove right here, guys. There's our Turtle Dove. Turtle Dove's connected to Macchiato. We're besties, but had exit interview. Macchiato is connected to the Queen of Dopamine then. And then the Queen of Dopamine covered his cottage crash outs being Juan Yikes, a.k.a. John Yates, the 90-day blogger, in 2020. All right. So I know the Bunions are like, Joleen never covered people on the internet. Like it's literally since the Panakuchen baby. And then both Macchiato and Juan Yikes, very much alike. These two can't handle the consequences of her own actions, including being parodied by Joleen. Then we have sometimes besties with Juan Yikes are the Simply Sophie, Selfie Queen Cindy, and Bliss Chris. And now not friends with him. I covered his crap. Okay. And then these people who were connected to Juan Yikes, who I used to cover for his cottage crash outs in New Jersey in 2020. Speaking in New Jersey, Will DeGlare may have never been there. I may have never been there either. However, that's where Juan Yikes lives, and that's where his cottage was. And I did a series called The Cottage Boys. All right. And if you're looking for old episodes of that, you can go to my Sip and Key channel, because I had a whole other channel too with my dear friend Busy Blue. Then these 3 women are connected to, and mods. Oh, they're mods for, even Sophie is mods for, sometimes does support streams in defense of the BX Beast Boy. Okay. / industry exposed. Oh, it's all connected. Holy shit. See, YouTube is a small world. And then the BX Beast Boy is connected to, has unrequited hate boner for the Glarer. So there's the Glare. Full fucking circle. Then the Glarer takes us right back to fucking Turtle Dove. Oh my God. Where Rainbow says mostly besties, sometimes fight. Oh my God. I have to put this on Twitter for everyone to share. Holy shit. So it all comes full circle with Macchiato in the middle. And if you want to add David MLS, the lawyer, he loves, Val Kilmer can vouch for this, loves Juan Yikes, who's awful, by the way, but God bless, apparently he's doing better. But I don't know. Loves him and had him on the Lego stream. And then they asked me to be on the Lego stream, or were going to ask me, and I blocked him. Because me and David MLS are never, ever, ever going to be friends, allegedly. So, and then honorable mentions are Joleen's son, and that would be Yames, Yimmy, as I like to call him. Yimmy, 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 yay, Yimmy, Yimmy, yo. And Jessica, the Jess Walsh, a.k.a. 7-Eleven, a.k.a. the false accuser, a.k.a. that can never show any receipts, a.k.a. the liar. All right. And that is your bottom feeder connections. And I have been roasting bottom feeders because before they were Lolcows, we just called them bottom feeders. You guys.
It's inappropriate.
I didn't know about Lolcows in 2020. So well done, Rainbow, you guys. Put your clap hands or heart emojis or gay summer emojis in the chat for Rainbow. This is so good. So good. And all the way back to 2020. So the same thing that these people are trying to do now, all the things, whether it be call me, this guy right here, Juan Yikes, he was the originator, him and his crew with these gals. So if anything, BX Beast Boy, he's just hacking. Juan Yikes. They called me Joleen. They contacted my comedy special with Amazon. They did. I mean, they were contacting jobs. They were sending things to my home. So if anything, 7-Eleven, Beast Boy, all them, they're just hacks doing the same thing. You know, because John Yates was the originator of the Joleen. And BX Bitch Tits would know that because his mods were also connected in that John Yates world like Rainbow was showing. So again, it's just too much hacking. Just hacks. Copycat attacks. Thank you. I'll post that on my Twitter for everyone to see. Thank you, Rainbow. You are amazing. Pierogi, thank you for the $9.99. Says over under on when J7 and Sad Dads. They're already. Allegedly, they're already. Some of the bunnies, bunions, allegedly. Okay, we'll get our little allegedly sound effect going. Are already saying that, yeah, he's got a allegedly.
It's inappropriate.
And he cries the whole time. You guys. But she makes him because he doesn't want to fall into internet obscurity. Because he can't go on Nurse Kim's channel. He can't go on like a good channel like Parking Lot Patty or the Angry Bearded Guy with actual viewers. No. And apparently Parking Lot Patty and the Bearded Guy, they don't want anything to do with Sideshow Bob. And I guess he tried to do it on his own. You guys, and it was bad. He had -7 people watching him. And so he needed to jump on something. Because in the early days, you know, I mean, people out there, they have educated me. In the early days, she was like, Jake! And then Jake was like, I hate you. And then he would just go start a Spaces and be like, I hate her, she's gross. And then there was Sideshow Bob with nothing better to do because he kept getting dumped by his wife and his girlfriends. And then he would talk about on the internet and cry baby. And so she was like, okay, I guess if Jake drops down, then allegedly you can stay. So those cut my sandwich guys were like K with a K because racist. You know, we could say, you know, kick my sass. I don't know. You know, whatever KMS stands for. I'm not sure. They were like, no sinky. Even that's too gross. Don't want. Forced to be petty. Thank you for being a member for 7 months. Says, so is this stuff Cajun showed? Is this stuff Cajun showed that J7 probably did? What do you mean forced to be petty? Apologies. Fuzzy Duck Puppet, thanks for the 2, says, team here for the tea, right? Bring up a tea. Fritzy1, thanks for the 10, says, you are the best. P.S. You and your hubby are the cutest. Thank you. I do have, did I put up a reel for, I put up a short video for, I think, our anniversary this past January. And me being 40 years his senior. And him being 12 years my senior. Do the math. I know 7-Eleven didn't, but thank you. He's the cute one. I'm the mouth. I'm the mouth of the Midwest. My daughter, Lauren, thank you so much. Lauren with the good teeth says, leave dad alone. I mean, don't you ever wonder, like, why is Lauren so beautiful? Why does Lauren have perfect teeth? It's not because of me. It's because I met husband Jolaren. Yes. It's me, Miss Lee. Thanks for the $1.99. Said, I think my email proves spilled tea is 7. Oh, shit. See, 7-Eleven. This is a messy hoe. That's a messy hoe. We'll see. We'll see. All right. Hopefully I don't have to click on anything because you're not getting my fucking into my computer. Not that you would. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. Okay. I got the email here. Super. So here's some research. Look at spelling tea's grammar. Always starts a new sentence with a lowercase letter. Weird. So does 7-Eleven. That's a good point here. Oh my God. They have this cute picture of me. I'm trying to think where me and they must have got it from Chel's. Oh, it's from Chel's Instagram. He posted. How many weeks ago was that? That was when we still lived in West Hollywood. They found one from 328 weeks ago. A picture from my husband's. My husband isn't even active on Instagram anymore. Oh my God, this crazy. But we look so cute. I think is this us? Are we backstage at Second City here? Or somewhere, and we're wearing these hats. And I don't remember why we're wearing these hats, but here is my adorable husband. And he wrote all of these shows. I mean, not to like toot his horn, but toot. I mean, he created all these shows at Second City. He's was a stand-up comedian. We toured together. We toured for the troops. And he also he got an invite to audition for SNL. Now, he didn't get on SNL, but not a lot of people get to audition for SNL. But he was on the same tryout first group that Chloe, I think it was Chloe Feinstein, was on. I think she was the one that was in his audition group. And it was the funniest thing because I got to sit in there and the NBC people, the execs are there. And because it's like a whole process with SNL. And he was at IO West in Los Angeles and he was so nervous and he looked so cute. But I've never seen my husband sweat so much. He went on stage and you have to have all these characters. There's all this stuff you have to do. And my husband's been doing improv since he was like a teenager, you know, and he's so good at it. He teaches. And anyway, he immediately just sweat. And I was watching, I was like, oh my God, Chell is nervous. I'd never seen him really nervous before. And I mean, I don't blame him. Like it was like a huge, and it was like pouring down his face. I was like, oh my God, he was like a perimenopausal Joleen. It was crazy. And he did so well. And it was such a cool experience that they didn't ask me to audition. You know, they don't ask many people. So, okay. So let's see. She posted, then blocked me. And all right, so there's we got a little Grammarly there, and then oh yeah. Okay, and then she's 7-Eleven says, I'm not lying about Lori H, just like I don't lie about the psychopathic horror show Messy 508 is. Enjoy them, Joleen Lunzer. She was so mad because I think she wanted to be friends, and I'm just like, I don't want to be your friend. Like she's giving me the Broken Baker treatment. Like that's really what she's doing. She's giving me. So now it's like, now I'm going to pay, you know, and this is what happens when people with these kind of personality disorders or this kind of, you know, psychoness allegedly, they will just, they're going to keep going. They'll make their whole life, you know, and they just can't be like, hey, maybe it's something, maybe I'm scaring people. Maybe I'm not putting my best foot forward, you know? So enjoy them, Joleen Lunzer. These are the kinds of people that call my dead best friend's parents to tell them that they're glad she's dead and can't wait. Okay, receipts her didn't happen. Like, shut up. Receipts her, stop that. Also, stop disparaging a deceased loved one. Why throw them into internet? What is wrong with you? It did not happen. People do this all the time. Like, I got death threat. Where? Receipts her didn't happen. Stop this. You've now proven yourself to be a liar. Shout out, and then it was the shout out to Jolene's husband, a nurse and a comedian. And again, she never, similar to spilling the tea, they write the same way. They write the same way. Good find there, caller. Good find. It's me, Miss Lee. She said, I didn't make fun of anything. I said the truth, which is why it hurts you so bad. Who's she talking about? And by the way, you're an effing see you next Tuesday. Okay, tell me something I don't know. He's better off never having to deal with you. Oh no, this is about Lori. This is what she said to you. He's better off of her deceased son never having to deal with you again. May he rest in peace, away from you forever. And that was just like one of the things, because then that's not including the things she yelled on her own channel, and we don't have to keep repeating that because, like, good God, you know. It's like you would think as a 40-year-old woman, you would say, I'm taking it a little too far. This is a little too far. This is a little too crazy. You know? All because the Danish didn't want to do Daniel with me. This might be a little too far. Oh, this is very, very interesting. So I don't know. You might. I don't know. Investigative journalist Farchado. You may want to look into that. But maybe you don't. Maybe you don't. Maybe you don't care. Because you call people's jobs too, for reasons that don't deserve calling jobs. Okay. Thank you for that. Appreciate doing the little sleuthing, you know. Let's see. The Sparky Pilot, thanks for the 199, says, love your stuff, Jolene. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And Forced to be Petty says, hype man husband's busy. He's literally at work right now, saving lives. And he has to buy me Uggs, okay? Like, he literally works in the ICU. And doing something like that the rest of these losers are not. They're just trying to destroy people's lives, okay? Say I'm an asshole. I don't care. Yes, Toy says, too much yeast in that batter. It's like, no means no. No means no. He's just not that into you, lady baby. You just gotta move on with your life, bitch. Yes, Scarlett's Mind. I saw you were live. I put it in watch later. Were you live with McKazi Rib and some other people? I got to watch that. If you guys aren't subbed up, sub up to Scarlett's Mind. I will tag a bunch of channels in the description too. It says projection. It's their favorite thing to do. They're bananas. No, I do not have my own UGG line. No, I don't. I just like these certain UGG slippers. They're my favorite. And the only reason I know about them is because one year during the Pannekuchen on Big Brother, they gave the HOH women these slippers. And I was like, they're so cute. Let me try them. And they're so comfy. And I have plantar fasciitis. Okay. And they really are nice on my feet. Yes. Tilly's on my shirt. My deceased kitty. She lives forever. Olap is killed. Olap, can we get a compilation? Oh, Olap. You know what might be an interesting video is a 7-Eleven lying compilation. We got a lot of lies, like I said. Easy to find. Hit me up if you need me to point you in any direction. She doesn't have too many videos on her channel, and it's easy to see that stories have changed. Which person have, who she's talking about has changed with the, saying Lori said this when she didn't say that in the comments. That would be interesting. The different accusations and lies of 7-Eleven. Again, Olap, not trying to give you more on your plates, and you work so hard. But Olap has been doing the damn thing and putting these great compilations together for Whole Milk Macchiato. She had Lauren Matthias ones, Trisha Griffith, such good content. Works really hard. So definitely give Olap a sub. I'll drop the link as well. Shout out to some JoJo chats I got. Melanie. No. Okay. Dorit. Sorry. Dorit, thank you so much for the 5. Dorit says thank you. Okay. It says don't Dorit. Thank you. Okay. Thank you, Dorit, for the 5. Let me log in here. And I think that was a Venmo? Cash App? I think that was a Cash App. So thank you so much. And okay. Shout out to is this on the Venmo? Yes. Okay. Shout out to this Venmo JoJo chat. Appreciate you. Thank you so much, Kelsey, for the JoJo chest. Says I recently found this YouTube treasure. Yes, you, Jolene. Anyone else think she's Kate Hudson's doppelganger? You guys are blind and way too nice. Gorgeous and hilarious. P.S. I've never watched Big Brother, but starting now so I can enjoy your takes. P.S.S. I'm a Midwest girl, Chicago, and Menards is the absolute best. You guys are, I feel like you're building me up. I wish, but thank you. That is way too kind of you to say. You know who I actually look like? Hormonal. What is that? It's one of the drag queens on RuPaul's Drag Race. Hormonal Lisa. It was quite a few seasons back, and some people pointed out, they're like, you kind of look like Hormonal Lisa. And I looked her up, and I freaking do. Look up Hormonal Lisa. I think that's her name, right? I look like Hormonal Lisa from RuPaul's Drag Race. So thank you. Okay. And let me check the PayPal. Oops. That's PetSmart, not PayPal. Make sure I didn't miss anything here. You guys are awesome. All right. Thank you, Tony. Tony says, my husband just listened to you for the first time tonight, and he was dying, laughing. Best story time ever. Thank you. You're welcome. Tell your husband. Shout out to your husband, Tony. Thank you for listening. See, husbands like me. You know, they're like, that's okay. Let me see what my wife is watching. That's not that bad. That's pretty good. She's okay. And then earlier I already read this one. Someone thought I was at Home Depot. I'm a Lowe's or Menards gal. So I don't really ever go to Home Depot. But maybe I got a 20. Appreciate that. Thank you, guys. Okay. Make sure I didn't miss anything here. And then I have Googie, my sweet Googie. Googie, thanks for the 20. He says, thank you, Jolene, for being you. It is great to be married to nurses, right? Googie is married to a nurse. They are few and far between. Thank you for always giving shout outs to male nurses. We don't have enough of them. They are just the best too. Yes, we love them. Casey, thanks for the 49. Says, FYI, shout out to Danny and Toy's daughter who I heard Danny say that. Get the applause. Way to go. Look at you guys just raising wonderful children to become RNs. And she passed her NCLEX like the first time. That's great. That's fantastic. I mean, that shit, when my husband was like studying for that, I was like, oh my God. I was just meant to talk shit on the internet. I am not smart enough to be an RN, like at all. At all. That is so hard to do. Since we are talking about nurses tonight, I would let you know. I heard them say that. So put your hearts and your applause. Like, you guys should be so proud. I would be so proud. I don't have human children, even though Jessica Macchiato said I'm a horrible mother. I don't have human children. I am an Auntie JoJo, and I am a fur baby mommy. But if I had an actual human child who became a nurse, I would think I did something so right. Like, I would be like, wow, I'm a kick-ass parent. I killed it. Like, if one of my cats or dogs becomes an RN, I mean, I have my niece and nephew. They stay with me every summer. If one of them becomes an RN, I'm going to take credit for it. I'm going to say it's because they spent their summers with Auntie JoJo. That's what I'm going to do. So shout out. That's amazing. Let's see. Yes, look at all the applause emojis. Love it. Oh, well, I mean, I didn't raise them. I gave them up in the womb. So I feel like I can't take credit for all of their awesomeness. Okay. Now this was pointed out on, moving on. We have to address the Buffalo. And I'm saying that because it's my mom's favorite slot machine. Those of you who have followed me for a long time. So no one's being fat shamed. Again, also, I'm going to need Macchiato to provide receipts of me fat shaming her, please. Because she keeps telling the Bunions. And that's another thing. Hammy, if you're here, Hammy, you know. Hammy, you follow me. You like all my stuff. You listen to all my stuff. You try to explain my comedy to the Bunions. You know that I don't sit over here and go, Jessica Macchiato is bad. You know I don't do that. So why don't you speak up? Why don't any of you, why do you let them lie? Like, you're just as bad if you're letting them lie at this point. Because that's what she's really, then she gets these women worked up going, Joleen fat shames Jessica Macchiato every day. Like, why do you lie? Why do you let her lie? Why don't you say, that's not true, Jess? She might be a bitch. You might not think she's funny now. You might have thought she was funny in the beginning and tried to pay her off. But you know she doesn't sit up there every day and fat shame you. Okay? Now, interesting, Hammy's missing. Hammy's missing. I think it's a mom one, Proud Boomer, because if I go to the casino with my mom, she's like, sit next to me on Buffalo. And I'm like, ugh, I hate Buffalo. I just, the aesthetic of it. It's just, there's not enough colors. It's yucky. I know yank. But Oceans, hopefully, Hammy, hopefully we see you. Be more like Cajun. All the Bunions should be like Cajun. Call it out. You know, if they're just making shit up to get people upset and they're lying, call this shit out. It's bullshit. Okay. So now speaking of Buffalo and the casino, my son, some of you have been asking me to watch this whole thing and roast it. I haven't done that, sorry. But we do have a clip, a very important clip of Jeff Sace. Okay. And there's no way she's really in a mental hospital over what the fuck is going on here. No way. Oh my God. These people ruin everything. They ruin everything. Anyway, my son had Jeff C's and whole milk farts macchiato back when they were still friends, because apparently she did my son dirty like she does. And now she's trying to win him back. But I told my son, even though we don't talk, okay, but I talked to him through my motherly uterus, where he grew into the wonderful gay man he is now. You know, I told him, don't take her back. Don't you take her back. Don't take her back. And he said, I'm not going to, Mom. She's a liar and she's lame and she's too much drama and I'm too busy. And she just copies everything I do. And she does it really shitty. And it makes me look bad. Okay. You can't improvise. I can't help it. It's just in our genes. Me and Jimmy Jam, we just come up with this stuff. Okay. You know, it comes to us. Some people like it. Some people don't. It's a gift. All right. So let's listen to this. I think this was like a newlywed game they were playing with Jeffy's. Jeffy's is a Yankee fan. And apparently a lot of the Massachusetts people say that is like fucking against the law to be a Yankees fan in Massachusetts. And I will say, my brother, I have a brother, and I know other men in Minnesota, and also Minnesota Twins fans don't like the Yankees for some reason. I don't remember why, but I don't think it's as much of a crime as you guys have said for someone to be a Yankees fan in Boston. But okay, let's hear what they have to say.
Is Jess's favorite thing to do if she goes into a store and sees something that she doesn't have the money for?
Do I write this down, or can I just say it?
You can say it.
Steal it.
Steal it. Okay. Jeff, what is Jess?
Oh, that's what I forgot, is that people have been also, I think it was Megan Fox Ryder. Shout out to Megan Fox. She was showing these clips of Macchiato, like bragging about what a thief she is, how she will like steal things from people's homes through the years, like things people like and are like, whatever happened to mine? And she just took it like as an adult. She's just like stealing things from people's homes and proud of it. What? But I thought she was Miss Law and Order. Oh, yeah.
I was most lovable.
Do I write this down, or can I just say it?
You can say it.
Steal it.
Steal it. Okay. Jeff, what is Jess Machado's most lovable but slightly concerning bad habit? Like, what's something like, you know what, that's just her. She's gonna be her. You know, I fucking love her for it. But I'm, you know, if
she's thinking the way I'm thinking, then we'll see.
I see some good answers in the chat room. All right, you ready? What do you say, Jeff?
Gambling.
Wait, what was the question? I gotta hear that again. Gambling? You mean I might have been right all along?
I am my age and I poop anymore.
Oh my God. It's all making sense. All making sense to me now. What if the Bunions ever ask, like, why are you always so desperado for money? Why are you always talking about money? How can you make 10 grand one month and then the next month you're broke again? Well, Jeff just said it. Gambling.
Slightly concerning. Bad habit.
Just
Say
say
it.
it.
You can say it.
Steal it.
So this is her husband saying she steals. And her bad habit is gambling.
Steal it. Okay. Jeff, what is Jess Machado's most lovable but slightly concerning bad habit? Like, what's something like, you know what, that's just her. She's going to be her. You know, I fucking love her for it. But, you know, if she didn't have it, that would be okay.
If she's thinking the way I'm thinking, then we'll see.
I see some good answers in the chat room. All right. You ready? What do you say, Jeff?
Gambling.
What could be more egregious? What could be more misleading?
Okay. So Jeffy just told us that's where the money problems come from.
Anything politics.
I've fallen and I can't get
You're like the
up.
fact that 401k is at Foxwoods. That's what it is. All right. The most chaotic adventure you two have had together.
What are you thinking? Just, you know what? Just tell me the answer.
So, like, something you two have done that ended up being like completely insane, wacky.
Shitting her pants in a car. Celestial says farting in her car.
No, I've got it. It's perfect. I've got
Like
one.
a Chevy Chase family vacation type of
Jeff,
thing.
I'm ready. Jeff, you got it?
Really? I have no idea.
Okay. It's our wedding.
Oh,
that is a good one though.
We
That's
canceled
definitely
our wedding 5 days before and we eloped and then we took a trip to Atlantic City.
I'm having chest pain.
Atlantic City. Oh my God.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
I mean, I eloped to Vegas. All right. And I got married at the same little Chapel of the Bells that Kelly Ripa and her husband Mark got married at. But we don't really love gambling and talk about money that much. Okay. Either way.
Okay. It's our wedding.
Oh.
That is a good one though.
We
That's
canceled
definitely
our wedding 5 days before and we eloped and then we took a trip to Atlantic City.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's the one.
Chaotic.
That's why would you have a wedding? You're gonna be stressed. You're gonna hate it.
I hated everybody. They were so mean. So we just said, fuck it. We're canceling it. Bye.
Good.
So on brand for macchiato. Everyone was so, it wasn't her. She couldn't have possibly maybe, spent the money she was supposed to spend on wedding stuff. I wonder if she screwed any of the people over that were supposed to, caterers or different things that go along with having weddings. I mean, 5 days before, she's like, everyone's being mean to me. It couldn't possibly be me.
Remember, y'all, staying Delulu is the solution.
Yeah, Bridezilla, you guys are saying in the chat. Such a Bridezilla. I couldn't even imagine. I just never wanted a wedding. I never thought about a wedding. I always thought if I knew I would get married one day, but having like a big wedding was just nothing. I just wasn't one of those people that ever fantasized about that. So I wanted to elope, but this chick had a whole wedding planned. And then she's like, let's go to Atlantic City. Everyone's mean to me.
And where did we end up? Where did we end up? At the casino.
At the casino.
What can't my wife live without? The casino.
Wait, Jeffy, tell us that one more time. So it's not, she makes it seem like I have to take Jeffy's. I have to take Jeffy's to the casino so he can rip cigs and drink. I think that's how she gets them there. Like, I'll buy you all your cigarettes and you can drink as much as you want. Just let me go to the casino. Oh boy. And this is why she doesn't care if 7-Eleven is a monster. She doesn't care if her content, she doesn't care to put any time into her content as long as they're just giving her money. so she can feed that habit at the casino, allegedly. She also, like, I wonder if the bunnies are ever going to wake up. Are the Bunions ever going to wake up? Because she had this whole thing, you know, she was supposed to cover Big Brother. Then she was like, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. And then she had her bunions. She said, I'm going to be Joleen. And her bunions were taking screenshots of everything I have in my little studio here. And they were going to recreate it. And 7-Eleven said she spent a bunch of money. They sent her like, oh, she's like, I got a wig with bobbed hair, a blonde bob wig. And I was helping them. She's like, I even want those cheap lights Joleen has. I said, these were on Amazon a while ago. And they were like $9.99, very cheap. Okay. Some of the stuff, you know, that's a local artist up there. Cause then there's up here, there's the Ani speaking of Ani DeFranco, you can't really see it, but there's an Ani DeFranco drawing that my friend Jenny gave me years ago and had framed beautifully. There's so many things, but they were literally screenshotting my studio. Sent her a bunch of stuff. She went live and was like, I know I got all these boxes, but I just don't have time to open them. I just don't want to do it anymore. And you guys, she fucking let the Bunions send her all kinds of stuff to again drop the ball, be lazy, and go, I'm not going to do it.
All that work and what did it get me?
I mean,
Why did I do it?
Don't they ever get sick of, like, you just wasted your money on a bunch of shit for her to go, no, I got these boxes. I just haven't had time to open them. I just don't know if I'm going to do an opening. I just don't feel like it. Oh my God.
They were so mean. So we just said, fuck it. We're canceling it. Bye.
Good.
And where did we end up? Where did we end up? At the casino.
The casino.
What can't my wife live without? The casino.
What can't my wife live without? The casino.
Girl, you sturdy as hell. Speak 3 languages and I heard you read Braille.
You guys are just blowing up my email. So Jeffy's just telling us everything. Oh my God. Commentator says that's why Jimmy no called, no showed to her news segment. She asked him to be on the nerve. Well, why would anyone want to collab with her? She doesn't keep her word. She doesn't have any work ethic. And she says she's going to do stuff, and then she never does it. I just can't believe I would feel so bad if everyone bought me all this shit because I promised to do something and they had it mailed to me. And I was like, I haven't even opened it yet. I'm not going to do it anymore. Like, hello, that's their hard-earned money. But she don't care. She don't care. We love Prof. Everyone go download Prof's new album. We love him.
You can't hide the devil. You can't hide the devil.
What the fuck are you talking about? Shut the fuck up, Jeff.
There it is.
She's a sweetheart.
There it is.
I don't know. I don't know about you. Let me know about you guys in the chat. I do not tell my husband to shut the fuck up, like, ever. And I don't want him to tell me to shut the fuck up. So he doesn't tell me to shut the fuck up either.
Walking down whole time, I know he got some.
I don't know. The internet will tell you to shut the fuck up. So I definitely didn't want to marry someone. I wanted to feel nice and cozy and loved. Say, shut the fuck up.
What would you say, Jeff?
Well, if you didn't know who we are, I would say the cat language.
Cat language. That's the secret cat language.
Oh, yeah, all right. Okay. All right. Good job.
Do you or do you not want to hear us sing Phantom of the Opera? And
no, hell no. Oh my God.
Meow, 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 meow.
There you go.
Meow, meow. Is that it?
Well, yes. But we do it together in unison.
Can we?
Meow, 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 meow.
Jeff, where's your part? Where's your song?
I'll be honest, I kind of think that's cute. Me and my husband have we call each other kitty, and my brother and sister-in-law get so annoyed because we're like, love you, kitty. And my brother and sister-in-law go, kitty. I can see why it'd be annoying to other people. I can't really hate on them for having their own special language. Now, I will say when she calls them, she's like, are you approachable? Are you approachable? That's a little creepy. But if they meow meow to each other and I think that's better than telling each other shut the fuck up. I think that's kind of cute. But
Solo, come on in. I want to hear it.
Meow, 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 meow.
Meow.
Meow, meow,
Yeah.
meow, meow.
I think that's kind of cute. I'll be honest with you. I think they seem like they're having fun and they're enjoying that about each other. So I think that's nice. And couples do weird shit. So that I like. That I'm like, do the meow meow to each other. Do meow meows.
And that's it.
I can't hate on that.
No, I mean, like, I think it's hard to be married to me because I have like this weird life, and whether it's politics or whether it's this or whatever.
I think you want it
do.
to be hard to be married to you, but Jeff is over here like it's not hard.
I don't think he thinks
Jeff looks in pain, James. James, I should have raised you better in the womb. Jeff looks in pain.
You have good short-term memory. Or bad long-term memory. I don't know. Whatever. I know what you meant. You know that? Yeah,
like,
I probably fucked that
anybody
up.
more intense than Jeff couldn't handle it. Like, Jeff is so laid back. Like, can I just give you the perfect story? Today we were leaving here to go to my studio, right, and pack up some stuff. And it's hard for me, and I'm really sad. So to like take my mind off it, I was like, the Boston Herald did a story today about the gubernatorial candidate Mike Keneally, and I was featured in it. And Jeff just didn't respond. He just was just like, he's heard it all. He doesn't care. Nothing is like, dude, I'm in the fucking Boston Herald. He doesn't. He's like, great. That's awesome. Good for you.
He's like, cool.
He's very laid back. He
It's my
doesn't.
occasion. I'm not sure if you noticed, but it's my occasion.
No, the honest, I was waiting for like the rest of the story. Like I didn't know how, like, if I didn't know if it was a bad article or somebody talking shit or what the fuck she was about to say. I didn't know if she was going to go off like on a tirade. So I kind of just, and then all of a sudden she's like, are you going to say anything? I'm like, shit. Great. Awesome. Good job.
Okay, it's kind of boring now. No offense, all offense. No offense to my son. He did a wonderful job, but yeah, I think the most telling thing was that he's like, yes, my wife is like a gambler. She's a degenerate. Bink Bank 68 says, oh shit, did they really buy everything? That's what they said. She said she has packages and she's just, I'm not doing it now. I can't. Because I think she went to the emergency room. I don't know. Maury says he's throwing shade at her. Yeah. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. Karma coming for you says Jeff does the eye glare. Like, what the fuck, Jess, all the time. He's trying not to snap out of it or snap. Yeah. Well, hopefully she returns it. Like if they sent her Amazon stuff, then she can return it and they can get their money back. I don't know about other things, or just returns it to the people, maybe. I'm not sure. Yeah, she throws Jeff under the bus a lot. Prince loves the lead, so she threw Jeff under the bus when her car. Oh yeah, she did. She made it seem like he was scary and that she was scared of him, and she used that as a tactic, which is pretty gross. Pretty gross. Fuzzy Duck Puppet, thank you so much for the 2, says Despachado. Yes, because she's so desperate. Despachado needs to come to her senses. Wake up, girl. Wake up.
I'm not gay no more. I am delivered. I don't like men no more. I like women.
Women. All right, you guys. That'll do it for me tonight and our little impromptu roasty. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Let me just make sure I didn't miss any more JoJo chats. You guys are all amazing, beautiful pumpkin spice babies, and I appreciate each and every one of you for being here tonight. And also before this, we did a Big Brother. So I am sleepy and I have to go and feed my neighbors' kitties. And I love their little kitties. Okay, I think I did miss one. So I'm glad I checked. Thank you. Jennifer, thank you so much for the JoJo chat on This is PayPal. Says, imagine what it's like being Mooch Shardo's twin. Yikes, I know. Justice for TT. Do they call her TT because that's auntie? Because she's an auntie? Because I like that. And I also like that because that's what I tell my dogs. I'm like, you go TTs? You go TT? You go TT? But from the little bit I've seen of her sister, she seems pretty nice, healthy, not like Jess Muchardo or what did you call her there, Fuzzy? Despachado. So maybe be more like Titi. Okay. But the way she talks about Titi, she's like, she just doesn't care. She has like a normal job. Whoops. I like that. She doesn't want to start fights with people on the internet. She doesn't yell at migrants. She doesn't knock on beagles. Okay. She doesn't get people fired from their jobs. She doesn't shit in a car. She doesn't scream. She doesn't put out false narratives about people and try to put crimes on them. She doesn't measure Democrats' pools. So, I mean, I like her. I like her. Oh, okay. And I got that one. And let me just double check, you guys, to make sure. We'll do the meow, 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 meow. Kirsch Erp. All right. And we got that one. We did. Hopefully, yes. I did recognize that one. Okay. Yes. I got one. It says, don't say my name, but I agree with what you're saying there. So, oh, for sure. For sure. Thank you. Thank you for the $5 on the Cash App, you guys. Okay. So, thank you again. I don't know why that keeps highlighting. I am very sleepy. I'll be back soon. No. Is that for real? Diva says in Chicago says, fun fact, TT's a Dem. Of course she is. Well, I think Jess is too. She just doesn't want to admit it because the bitch is pro-choice. She loves social programs. Okay. She's just a bigot. She's just, girl. I like this, TT. TT, you're welcome in my Oceans, you have work to do. Next time you hear your leader, okay, unless this is a true, I can't wait to see where the Bunions end up if this is truly divided with 7-Eleven, because who knows, Hammy could end up back kissing 7-Eleven's ass, but Cajun really took a stand. But next time you hear her say, Jolene fat shames me all the time, hopefully you speak up, Hammy, and say, no, she doesn't. I'm a big fan of Jolene. I'm liking all her stuff. I'm following along. No more lies. All right. And that goes for you and Moonsy too. You are an old enough woman to know that you nor Moonsy nor anyone else can get cyber bullied off the internet. Okay. Please, Hammy, knock it off with the bad faith acting. It's not fun. She's a bleeding fart Democrat. Sorry to break it to you, Jessica. All right. But you're a libtard. I'm a progressive. I'm not even a liberal, so I don't care. But you are a libtard. Okay. Oh, you guys mark this. Screenshot this. Ocean's 11, a.k.a. Hammy, says, hell no, never supporting J7. Okay. You guys take care of yourselves. Don't harass people's spouses. Don't call people's employers, especially when they're saving lives. And laugh. It's the fucking internet. All right. Have a great night. And always remember to enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. Bye.
Do you like what you see? Judge me in the comments as fast as you can. Judge me.